Well, here we are, episode 116. On the march to 200 and beyond. And on this episode, I have the Wrecking 2 with me, Mark Smith and Lou Colicchio from the Music Relish Show. And we're going to be talking about the year 1977. And music, and some movies, some news flashbacks maybe. Interesting year. I say it was the beginning of the end of the 70s. Yeah. So sit back, relax, get yourself some Acapulco Gold or some Panama Red. Break open a bottle of Riunite Lambrusco. Sit back, relax, and enjoy 1977 all over again.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. I got a little FaceTime from young Amanda this afternoon. So I'm sitting there just kind of chilling. Oh, my little girl's calling me. She calls me and, hi. I'm like, what's up, little girl? And she just kind of looks and says, can I see the cats? Oh. Yeah, that's my life. She don't miss me. She misses the cats. Anyway, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. And welcome to the podcast. You know the name of it, so I'm not going to say it. We're streaming live right now over YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, D-Live, X. It's Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X, whatever. A lot of them. I'm all over the place. All over the place. It's going to be a good show tonight. It's going to be a good show. In the intro, I mentioned Acapulco Gold. And speaking of Acapulco Gold, it's Lou Colicchio from the Music Relish Show.
No stems, no seeds that you don't need. Acapulco Gold is.
There you go, buddy. That's a blast.
Sweet.
Let me give you some of that, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Little Cheech and Chong for you.
Enough of that. And speaking of Panama Red, it's Mark Smith from the Music Relish Show.
Chardonnay Gold.
Oh, instead of Acapulco Gold, he's got the Chardonnay Gold.
Yeah.
As usual. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. All right. Yeah. Hey, you know who I don't miss?
Who?
I really don't miss Jimmy Buffett. Let's start off the show on a
cynics.
I don't miss him.
I'm
not going to miss Jimmy
on that
Buffett.
Bandwagon. Never really got it.
Nope.
Me neither. It's not, to me, it's not a bandwagon thing. It's something where, I knew there's 2 or 3 songs and, like more steel drums, really, more steel drums. But things I've heard, scanning through Margarita radio, there was some pretty good stuff. Like nothing going to change your world, but,
It's not my type of music.
I'm not a parrot head.
And I think his concerts were his big, like the Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
The concert is what it is, the experience.
Yeah.
Right? The Jimmy Buffett experience.
I guess so. Yeah. It was his motif, escapism kind of, but he did spawn that horrible genre, Gulf and Western music.
Yeah. I'd rather sit in a parking lot with a cooler of beers and a hibachi and listen to the Pretenders.
Right.
Yeah.
Did Jimmy ever tour with the Dead? Was ever like
Jesus, that would have been a huge crowd, though. Boy, that's the mellowest concert ever.
Dead Parrot Heads.
Dead Parrot Heads, yeah.
I think he's more that mellow West Coast. I think I could see him touring with the Eagles or James Taylor. I think more than anything
he's from Key West, buddy. Don't put him on the left coast.
No.
He's a Key West man. He was
actually he
was
moved
his
from
own
the Key
entity.
West. He didn't live there for a long time.
Right,
He
but his
moved there.
studio's there. His studio is right next. There's a bar right like connected to his studio.
Yeah.
So that's where he would go. I remember when I worked U.S. Customs, behind the scenes at Miami International, and he had his own private jet. He would come up from, I guess, the Keys, but he didn't travel in just anything. It would be because if you have your own jet, you have a parking spot. You would have a bus.
Yeah.
You would have a bus, like a tour bus would take him from Key West. It is from Miami, it's about a 2-hour drive. So I guess you're going to do it in luxury. But everything's good with you guys?
Hot.
Yeah?
Too damn hot up here in New York. It's hot as Bono's whatever was
Balls
on
in
your
the
neck.
back of my neck?
Yeah. I don't like this. I want winter.
Did Lou freeze up? I think Lou froze up.
No.
Here we go again. Yeah.
The pressure's on me. I got to be Lou.
You got to be Lou.
Let me get this brain.
I've got to be Lou. I've got to be Lou. And there he goes. He's off the screen.
10 minutes. Let's set the timer.
Set the timer. Will he break 10 minutes? Will he come back on under 10 minutes? Let's see.
Starting it. See? I got the timer going there.
All right. Well, we're talking about 1977.
I was old, but 8 years old.
So I was, let me see, probably 12 going on 13, I think. Right? I'm 59 now, so you're what, 56?
53.
53?
Yeah.
And you were 8?
Yeah, I was born in 1969.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that was right. 13, about 12, 13.
Yeah.
I think I was beginning, I was a freshman. Although where I grew up, the freshmen didn't go to the high school. That was only 10, 11, and 12. Ninth grade was, had its own building. Kind of interesting. Yeah. But, 1977, interesting year.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah, as I said in the intro, I think 1977 was the beginning of the end of the 70s.
Yeah.
Things were really starting to change. I think disco still had a little bit of a hold, but I think that was the tail end of disco, and it was the beginning of punk, and so there was a transition. That's where I think right there is where it started. So let's get right into 77, as I usually do. I'm starting to like this little format, year by year, and they make for long podcasts, but hey, listen, we're in it for the ride with whoever's listening. We're in it for the ride. January 1st, 1977, The Clash headlined the opening night of London's only punk rock club. You know the name of that club?
No.
The Roxy.
Another Roxy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's start right off with stories. So I get off the plane at Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines, 10 years later, right? 10 years later, 87, I get off the plane. My buddy's there, meets me. Lands right on the base. They called it the Freedom Bird because the turnaround flight was taking people home, right?
Right.
I get, they bring me back to temporary quarters. I get changed. My buddy's like, let's go. And we go off base. And it is absolutely insane. Like, you can't even imagine the sounds and sights and the energy. And again, I can only say, like, if you saw Deer Hunter when Robert De Niro goes back to Saigon, and it's like just that little motorcycles driving by, and it's a dirt road. The main street is a dirt road.
And this was your first time in the Philippines?
In the Philippines, yeah.
Wow,
I stationed there. And my buddy says to me, he says, all right, listen, when you go into these bars, you got to act like you've done it before. Come on. I grew up in Boston. I run the streets. I was in the subways. Of course I can. I walk in, the first bar I walk into, the Roxy. It's called the Roxy, right? And first thing you see is a bar, a U-shaped bar, right? Big U-shaped bar. The music is just cranking. I think it was like Motley Crue or something, just cranking. And right in the middle of that, running right down the center of that horseshoe bar, was a stage. And there had to be 15 girls up there just dancing. Like go-go girls type thing.
Uh-huh.
In bikinis. I was like, what the fuck? Right? Oh, shit. And then I order a beer. And the bartender's this Filipino girl. She says, first thing she says to me, you cherry boy. Cherry boy. Meaning I'm new. And I looked at my buddy. I said, how does she know? He says, it's in your eyes.
You're just staring around.
They see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
They know that look. And the rest, as they say, is history. So me and the Roxy.
Is that where you broke your ankle?
No, that was on base. That was at the Airmen's Club on base. Yeah. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, January 6th, after releasing only one single for controversial English punk rock band the Sex Pistols, EMI terminates their contract in response to its members' disruptive behavior the month prior on ITV's Today, and then 2 days earlier at London Heathrow Airport. That's that infamous interview where they're all in the studio and the guy is trying to be smug with them. He's like, so what is punk rock? And I think that Johnny Rotten says something to the effect of, what do you want? What do you want from us? You want me to swear? Then fuck you or something, he says. Yeah. And it was like live and it's just turned into a whole mess after that. Yeah. But that was probably, hey, like they say, any publicity, even bad publicity, is good publicity.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Jimmy Buffett, January 20th, 1977, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes is released, featuring the biggest single of his career, Margaritaville.
He had to have been tired of playing that.
Oh my God. Yeah. A lot of these bands have to get tired of playing these songs. When I saw U2 at Sun Devil Stadium in Arizona, Rage Against the Machine backed them up. And they sang I Will Follow. And it was the fastest version of I Will Follow.
Like the Stones.
That's the song, right? That it was the pop tour. They did I Will Follow like fast.
Yeah.
Probably finished 15 seconds faster than the record,
Yep.
Instead of dragging it out. Let's see. On January 22nd, German cellist Maria Kegel, inventor of the Kegel exercise, evidently.
The hell is that?
You know what that is, right?
No.
It's for women that they use it to tighten up.
Oh, okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm just a youngster. I don't know this stuff.
Maybe that's Kegel. I don't know. It sounds the same. Makes her London debut, and I don't care.
There's no one commenting either, telling you if you're wrong or right.
I know. That's okay then. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. January 26th, Patti Smith falls off the stage while opening for Bob Seger in Tampa, Florida, and is rushed to the hospital for 22 stitches. Ouch. To close a head laceration. Wow. Yikes.
That's a headache.
Should have happened to her face, but might have been an improvement.
Ooh.
I like Patty. She has a unique beauty. I'll be nice tonight.
Well, you like the hairy armpits, I know.
Yeah. Nana, 99 Luft balloons. That was like the big talk of like 84 when that came. I was like, did you see her? She has hair. Everyone's like, she's hot. And then she lifts her arms during the video. I was like, ah!
With a leather vest on.
Every American boy was like, ah! Horrified.
Hey, it's Germany.
That's when we learned that's Germany. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, give Lou a text and find out where he's at while I'm.
Yeah, he's hitting that 10-minute mark here.
February 4th. Paul Desmond gives his last concert with Dave Brubeck in New York. American Bandstand celebrates its 25th anniversary on television with a special hosted by Dick Clark and an all-star band performing Roll Over Beethoven. The band is made up of Chuck Berry. This is a mix. Chuck Berry, Seals and Croft. There he is. That's Lou. And Lou's back.
10 minutes.
I should say.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
Hey, you did it. You did it in under 10 minutes, Lou. That's a new show record for you.
Do you know how?
I don't know how. I'm glad you did it though.
I was in my studio, and this hasn't happened since I got my new.
Hey, Lou, is this a long story?
It's
Lou?
really not. Anyway, I got my laptop.
You should always use the laptop.
Yeah.
Lou.
The laptop wasn't working with Perry last time, Mark. I was.
Well, I'm not Perry. I'm not an AI.
I know you're not. I know.
I'm not an AI. He'll be popping up. He'll be popping up somewhere in the next 2.5 hours.
Around 9 o'clock, he pops up.
So I just want to recap something, Lou. As you came on January 20th, 1977, Jimmy Buffett's Changes in Attitudes is released, featuring his biggest single, Margaritaville. So There you go. You were right on it.
Yeah.
And I just got done. What was that? I'm sorry.
Do you guys think that Margarita deserves its place? It's got some designation. It's one of those songs that, because it's just everywhere. It's been everywhere. It's got not like Library of Congress, but it's got some kind of stature.
I don't hate that song.
Yeah, it's an offense. I mean,
like I hate the Pina Colada song.
Oh,
I hate the Pina Colada song.
Escape.
I was getting together. I don't even know the words.
I don't
like Pina Coladas.
I don't like Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. I did Margaritaville though. I kind of I don't mind it. If I hear it at a club or a bar, I don't go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Peaceful Easy Feeling. It's very light.
That's a good song. I like that song too. Yeah.
Yeah, Cheeseburger in Paradise is kind of novelty, but I think that probably starting to build his.
There you go.
Island myth.
Yes.
There,
Yeah, he started to get the campy.
Yeah.
So February 4th, American Bandstand celebrates its 25th anniversary on television with a special hosted by Dick Clark and the All-Star Band performing Roll Over Beethoven. The band is made up of, as I was beginning to say before Lou came on and so rudely interrupted, Chuck Berry, Seals and Crofts, Greg Allman, Junior Walker, Johnny Rivers, the Pointer Sisters, Charlie Daniels, Doc Severinsen, Les McCann, Donald Byrd, Chuck Mangione, and 3 members of Booker T and the MGs. Look, what the?
Wow.
That has to be the most diverse group that I've ever heard.
And did Dick Clark go backstage before the show? Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, guys, come on. Let's have a good show.
But just the fact you have the Pointer Sisters, Charlie Daniels, and fucking Doc Severinsen in one band is like... it's like
who's Les McCann?
I don't know. I could look him up, but...
Jazz trumpeter, I think.
Jazz trumpeter? Oh.
Yeah.
And they did Roll Over Beethoven. Like, okay. All right.
Cool video.
Because it's the ultimate jam song.
He was a pianist, by the way.
Pianist, okay.
Yep, jazz pianist and singer.
Yeah. Also on February 4th, Fleetwood Mac's widely anticipated Rumors is released. It goes on to become one of the best-selling albums of all time. Changed the whole trajectory of that band.
Mm-hmm.
February 14th, B-52s give their first public performance at a party in Athens, Georgia, a.k.a. World's Greatest Party Band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
If you see a painted sign on the side of the road that says 16 miles to the left, shack.
Not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all in the
That
S's.
was good.
With Schneider, it's all in the S's.
Same hometown as REM. Athens.
Yeah, they're all friends. Yeah.
3 hours from me.
February 15th, Sid Vicious replaces Glenn Matlock as the bassist of the Sex Pistols. On February 19th, 1977, the 19th annual Grammy Awards are presented in Los Angeles, hosted for the final time by Andy Williams. By Andy Williams, period. Stevie Wonder's Song in the Key of Life wins Album of the Year. Wow. Wow. There was some heavy competition that year.
Yeah.
and that one won. I'm gonna touch on that album a little later in the podcast. But wow, okay, George Benson's "This Masquerade" was a great song. Wins Record of the Year. Why wouldn't you have Record of the Year off of Album of the Year? You know what I mean? Don't you think the two would go hand in hand?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like the odds are that one of those 13 or 14 or 15 songs on Song of the Year Life should be the number one song of the year, but no. Barry Manilow's "I Write the Songs," which, of course, we all know, he didn't write that song.
He didn't.
No.
Bruce Johnson of the Beach Boys.
Yeah. Wins Song of the Year and and everybody's favorite band, the Starland Vocal Band, wins Best New Artist. Skyrockets in Flight, Afternoon Delight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that song about? I'm too young. I don't know.
What was that song?
It's an ice cream
about?
parlor.
Mommy?
It was
Mommy? What are you and Daddy doing? It's lunchtime. Afternoon Delight, honey. Go eat some peanut butter.
Mommy's
Daddy's almost done. We started 2 minutes ago. Let's see.
Never to be heard from again, though.
Yeah, well, they actually did that summer of '77, had their own variety show.
Oh, they had a summer replacement show?
Yeah, remember? Well, they always, every summer, there would be.
I remember those, yeah.
They would have, it's like somebody would have, whoever's the hot ticket of the year has a summer show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A variety show. And, I think there was 4 of them, right? Starring 2 girls, 2 guys.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember one of the girls being really cute.
Yeah.
The one that sings, actually. Let's see.
They all sang.
Yeah. On March 1st, 1977, Sarah Lowndes Dillon files for divorce from her husband of 11 years, Bob Dylan. She should have waited. He would have been worth more. Wonder how much she got out of that, though. He must have been rich at that point.
Yeah.
In 77, he had to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in 75, he wrote the song Sarah for her off the Desire album.
Evidently that didn't work.
Yeah. He wrote Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands for you.
Yeah.
It still didn't work.
Nope, didn't work. I mean, look at the guy. Come on. Uglier than a bag of assholes. It's not a good-looking guy. Bob Dylan's not a good-looking guy.
I would say no. Not classically handsome.
But then again, we don't know what she looks like either.
When
not that I'm judging.
She's on one of the album covers, I think. One of the early album covers. Or one of his great, or something like that. But yeah, she was.
Okay.
When my son was young, he thought that Bob Dylan looked like he smelled like onions. He said that when he was like 13.
He looked like he smells like onions.
I said, no, that's Mel Torme, not Bob Dylan.
But Bob Dylan sings like he's around a bag of chopped onions and he's holding his nose. Here we are. Everybody must get stoned.
He probably smells like cigarettes. That's what he says.
Yes, smells like Lucky Strikes.
Some people might say his best
filterless.
Was that National Skyline? The album that had Lay Lady Lay. Where people like that's not Bob Dylan singing.
The other Bob Dylan, yeah. Lay Lady Lay and Knock Knock. The other Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Let's see. March 4th and 5th, of 1977, the Rolling Stones play 2 shows at the El Macambo Club in Toronto. Let me see.
Parts of that became part of their live album.
Yeah. Van Morrison releases a new album, A Period of Transition, after nearly 3-year absence. I was never a big Van Morrison fan.
I love Van Morrison.
I'm quite a big fan.
Yeah, Jack is too. I never really got it. I hear Brown Eyed Girl, I just fucking turn the channel. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett does a live version of Brown Eyed Girl.
Oh God!
You hear freeway. It's got the steel drums on it. They do. They do the riff on the steel drums.
And all the parrot heads love that shit. So
What's that?
Most parrot heads don't have any taste in music, anyways. So
what else do they listen to? What's in the parrot head CD collection?
That's a good question.
Like Harry Belafonte.
Yeah. Let's see. March 10th, A&M Records signs the Sex Pistols. and a ceremony in front of Buckingham Palace. Wow, they really just
sticking it to the man.
This contract is terminated on March 16th as a result of the band vandalizing property and verbally abusing employees during a visit to the record company's office. Yeah. They did not give a shit. There'll never be anything like them again. Never.
Right.
Wasn't before and hasn't been since. No matter how hard these bands try.
Yeah.
It'll just never be like that. I mean,
you try too hard, you look stupid. You know?
You lose 2 record contracts in a month from 2 big record companies.
And a lengthy discography they had, too.
EMI and A&M. They both, I mean, come on. Let's see. April 21st, Jesse Winchester, who fled to Canada in January 1967 to avoid military service in Vietnam, performs a concert in Burlington, Vermont for his first American soil in 10 years. Who's he?
Singer-songwriter.
Yeah, okay.
Like
a draft dodger.
Robbie Robertson might have produced his debut album.
All right. Didn't Jimmy Carter pardon all the fucking draft dodgers?
He did.
I can't believe Jimmy Carter lived long enough to see a president worse than him.
Here we go.
It's just a fact.
Am I on the political show again? I thought I was on the music show. I'll come back.
The debate on who was the worst president.
Just making a host's commentary comment.
Sure, you're right. It's your show.
Just making.
You're dressed so dapper tonight, you could say anything you want.
I swear, what? I got this fucking shirt giving blood. Let me see. It
How hot is it down there and you're wearing a long sleeve shirt?
I got 63 degrees here in the studio. I like a nice, cool studio.
Cool. Okay. Lucky you. Hope you're wearing deodorant.
It doesn't matter. I'm the only one here. Let's see. April 22nd, Pink Floyd opened the North American leg of their Animals tour in Miami, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Probably the old Miami Arena, I think. You know what? It might have been maybe it was, what was it? The old, the Orange Bowl down there.
Oh, okay.
It was outdoors. So
is that what the Doors played when Morrison exposed himself?
Miami, I think that was like the Miami Theater or something like that. Might have been Miami Arena. I think that was it. Yeah. April 24th, several artists, including Joan Baez and Santana, 2 of my not favorites, perform at a free concert for 653 inmates of California's Soledad prison, trying to do their best Johnny Cash imitation. Let's play for the prisoners. Except Johnny Cash could relate.
That's a weird bill, though, because Santana's so jammy and up there, and
So maybe they had 2 sittings. Maybe they had 2 sittings.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
Okay, all you Joan Baez couples. Come in. Okay, she plays. And it's like, okay, all you vatos and essays, front of the line. Come on in.
I love me some Santana.
I don't.
Oh,
April.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Let me get my guitar out.
Yeah. April 26th, New York's Disco Studio 54 opens. Oh. April 30th, 1977, Led Zeppelin sets a new world record attendance for an indoor solo attraction at the only place that you could do this, same place that the WWE broke a indoor record, Pontiac Silverdome, when 76,229 people attended a concert here on the group's 1977 North American tour. Was that Led Zeppelin 3? 1977?
No, that would be Presence.
Presence, I mean, yeah.
They were on their down curve because that tour got aborted because Plant's son died.
Yeah.
And,
that was a bad luck tour.
That was like their last big tour. I mean, they never made it back to America. Again, 70s. Zeppelin's on the down curve as far as those big stadium shows,
So, were the fucking Detroit Lions that good that they built the Silverdome for them? Were the Detroit Lions ever that good? You have a 76,000 plus seat stadium?
Loyal fans.
What?
Lions. Oh, no, it's the Bears.
May 2nd, 1977, Elton John performs the first of 6 consecutive nights at London's Rainbow Theatre. His first concert in 8 months. May 7th, having been postponed from April 2nd because of BBC technician strike, the 22nd Eurovision Song Contest finally goes ahead in London's Wembley Conference Centre. The winner is Maria blah, 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 who cares?
They were
May
doing
11th.
the 22nd in 70. That's been around that long? Jeez.
What's the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah, they were doing the 22nd in 77. So that started a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
May 11th, 1977, punk rock band The Stranglers and Support London starts a 10-week national UK tour. May 12th, 1977, instruments made by all 5 members of the 17th and 18th century Guarneri family of violin makers, or Guarneri. Guarneri. Okay, yeah. Auctioned at Sotheby's with the top price going £105,000, which is about $120,000. Paid for an instrument made in 1738 by Giuseppe. Yeah.
Giuseppe Guarneri.
Yeah. Gurney. Virgin Records announces that they have signed the Sex Pistols. Record company number 3 in 3 months. Right? Let me see. Yeah, having had contracts with 2 previous labels terminated in 4 months. There you go. May 28th, 1977, Bruce Springsteen and Mike Appel reach an out-of-court settlement, ending the year-long legal battle that has blocked Springsteen's ability to record new music.
Yep.
Yeah. Was that his manager? Was that his,
that was his? Yeah, it was his first manager. I think he's got some production credits in the first 3 albums, including Born to Run.
Oh wow! So he made
Yeah.
He's still making money off that.
Mike Appel, he was a songwriter too. He scored some minor hits in the 60s and early 70s. He might have wrote a song for the Monkees.
Yeah.
Mike Appel.
May 29th, Elvis Presley walks off stage in the middle of a concert in Baltimore, Maryland. The first time in his 23-year career, he has done so after receiving treatment from a physician. He reappears on stage 30 minutes later. Just like, what's his name from the New York Knicks? Remember he comes running out onto the floor. What was his name?
Ewing?
No, back in the day.
Way back.
Yeah, back in the day. Larry Bird did that too at the Gardens one time.
What was Elvis's doctor's name? Was it Nick something? He probably gave Elvis some more of his medication, got Elvis back to on stage.
Nick 18?
Nick and Scrape?
Yeah. Nick and Cut? May 29th, May 31st, the musical Beatlemania is premiered at the Winter Garden Theater on Manhattan. I remember when that broke. That was like a phenomenon. Everybody wanted to see Beatlemania.
Yeah.
The dudes that did that just must have raked in the cash.
Yeah.
You know, because that went on for years.
The producers, And do you remember the original cast? They had a Paul McCartney lookalike, but he was right-handed.
Oh.
So yeah, they didn't have a left-handed bass player. But the guy was a dead ringer. He looked just like him.
So it was kind of a little technicality.
Yeah.
People looked past
that, yeah. But Marshall Crenshaw was one of the original John Lennons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Someday, some way.
Yeah.
Aldo Nova was part of that too. He was one of the George Harrisons.
Who?
Aldo Nova?
Aldo Nova. Yeah, he was George Harrison.
Life is just a fantasy? Can you see the fantasy life?
Yeah. He was
Yeah. You mean Bon Jovi's cousin? One of the greatest videos ever?
Yeah.
He co-wrote a Grape Oyster Cult song.
I was just gonna say
yeah. John Bon Jovi's cousin. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He wishes he was Bon Jovi. Maybe not today, since John Bon Jovi looks like an old lesbian.
And he still can't sing. He never
still can't sing. Yeah, still can't sing.
Well, it's gotten worse because whatever power he had is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he tried.
Should get Richie back.
Yeah, Richie did the right thing. Just kind of fade away.
Yeah,
let your legend grow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. June 7th. The Sex Pistols They dominated 77.
Here we go again.
Attempt to interrupt the Silver Jubilee celebration for Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, man.
I remember this. Yeah, this is a video of this by performing their version of God Save the Queen from a boat on the River Thames. There's a video of that. You ever see it?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
Oh, you got to see it. It's fucking classic.
Huh.
It's they're on like this riverboat. It's great. That's my video of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my video of the week. Watch the Sex Pistols do their version of God Save the Queen on the River Thames during the Jubilee. Love them. Let's see. June 12th, guitarist Michael Schenker vanishes after a UFO concert.
Abducted by UFO.
At the Roadhouse in London. He is replaced for several months by Paul Chapman.
Hey, he fell off the wagon. He did that a lot.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Moody guy.
The Supremes on June 12th perform for the last time together at a Drury, D-R-U-R-Y, Lane Theatre in London before officially disbanding. And then that basically was the birth of Diana Ross. And then Beyonce went on to do that same thing like 30 years, 40 years later.
I'm surprised the Supremes lasted that long. I didn't know they lasted until 77.
June 20th. Yeah, well, they probably weren't the hit machine that they were earlier in their career. June 20th, 1977, Grateful Dead drummer Mickey Hart drives his Porsche over the edge of a canyon, suffering multiple broken bones, but surviving as a tree breaks his fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't
know about that.
Lose control? Was it any more than that?
Who knows?
He's probably playing drums on the dashboard while he was driving. Damn drummers.
Those drummers, yeah.
He was drumming to a Jimmy Buffett song.
Oh, man. Oh, well, Margaritaville did just come out that year.
Yeah.
June 22nd, Kiss are elected most popular band in America by a Gallup poll. Great marketing. They were just all marketing.
Oh, yeah.
All
Remember the first picture you ever saw of them, or the first glimpse of them?
Yeah.
Mine was People magazine.
Yeah.
I turned the page. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was Gene Simmons, but it was like, holy shit.
Great marketing.
Right. The second I saw them, I just, wow, it was a visual that you just don't forget.
Yeah. June 26, 1977, Elvis Presley sings his final concert before his death at Market Square Arena. See, this is not written correctly. Should have said Elvis Presley sings his final concert at Market Square Arena before his death. Because this sentence says Elvis sings his final concert before his death at Market Square Arena.
Like he died at the arena.
See?
Right.
I know stuff.
Maybe
I know stuff.
Maybe if you did better show prep, you could have rewritten it.
I'm not doing that much prep. Not after 116 episodes. It's funny you said that, because I said to my wife earlier, I said, yeah, I got to do the show. And it's like 5:00. And I said, she goes, oh, well, should you? I go, nah, I got time. When I first started this, it would take me all day. Like I'd have to get everything. Like now it's just like, all right, I know what I'm 5:00. I think it was 6:00. By 6:30, I had everything I needed.
Yeah.
I scanned through stuff. I don't really,
Right.
Because again, when you're not doing editing, you don't have to worry too much about, proper grammar.
Grammar.
So let's see. Elvis's death. His last concert was at Market Square Arena, Indianapolis.
Elvis La Muerte.
Earlier that day, he had received a plaque commemorating the 2 billionth pressing from RCA's record pressing plant in Camden, New Jersey. Okay. Pressings of 2 billion albums.
Wow.
It's a lot of plastic.
So does that, how is he not one of the biggest selling artists? He was for a long time though, right?
Yeah.
The biggest selling artist of all time. I think he was.
I believe so.
You get 2 billion pressings of your music. I mean, that's insane.
Imagine
that's insane by today's numbers.
So it's topped by what? And what has more pressings than that?
I don't know.
It's like,
I don't think Michael Jackson had that many.
No.
Rolling Stones, no.
And then he dies. So he hit the 2 billion mark. Hit the 2 billion mark.
And he had to go sit on that toilet.
And he saw 2 billion, but since then, there's probably been another billion printed.
Yeah.
July 9th, 1977, Donna Summer's hit record, I Feel Love. Oh, I Feel Love. Is released in the UK. It's so I just saw a video the other day of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm not a big fan. Although I do, Flea is one of the greatest bass players ever, no doubt. And this was a testament to that. I think it was John Frusciante was said they were on stage and they're doing it. You know, it's kind of set up. And John Frusciante says, "What about he says I Feel Love," and then Flea is like across the stage. He's like, "Is that in like D?" And he's like, "Yeah." He starts going with his bass, and his fingers were flying because that's all keyboard. And he's just and John Frusciante starts singing. Ooh, I feel good. I feel good. It was fucking cool. And then the camera pans over, and there's that dipshit, talentless hack frontman, Anthony Kiedis, doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Doing that like herky jerky, and I'm like, oh fuck, you just ruined. This guy is such a fucking tool. Like that shit, people bought that shit. Like that's the worst frontman, one of the worst frontmen ever, and I don't know how he got away with what he got away with, only because of the talent around him.
I agree with you. Flea's a fantastic bassist.
Oh,
the drummer's good.
He's very good.
Everything's
He's
good.
very
They
good
were always
drummer.
good, but when Kiedis would start his rapping, it's the worst rapping in the world.
I've been saying it for days. Walking down the street, looking at my feet, gonna feel the heat. And then he starts doing the herky jerky arms, and like what the fuck? Really, dude? If I can find that again, I'll send it to you. But it was really cool. He was just like, it was good. And then John Frusciante hits those notes. Like he hit those Donna Summer notes. It was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. July 13th. Let me see. Let's finish this one. Donna Summer's hit record, I Feel Love, is released in the UK. It's the first hit record to have an entirely synthesized backing track. So there you go. Just to say that Flea was doing that on a bass is just, if you can find it before I send it to you, it's worth watching. It was like a reel, I think, on Facebook, but I'll find it. July 13th, 1977, after a massive blackout hits New York City, NRBQ manages to play on an all-acoustic set at the Bottom Line with flashlights taped to their microphone stands.
They were around back then? Wow.
NRBQ, who's that?
The New Rhythm Blues Quartet.
Oh, look at you guys. Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
They did a lot of the soundtrack to Shakes the Clown, that movie.
Oh, okay.
I think their big hit was like Me and the Boys. They're kind of like a garage rock. They're pretty eclectic, but they were on SNL a few times.
All right.
Yep.
July 20.
I ended up working at the Bottom Line in 1985.
You?
I worked at that club, yeah.
Yep. Let's see. And that's the Bottom Line because Stone Cold said so. If you're wrestling fans out there.
There you go.
July 22nd, the first night of The Proms, a broadcast in quadraphonic sound at BBC Radio 3.
Great series.
For the first time. July 26, 1977, Led Zeppelin cancels, there you go, Mark, the last 7 dates of their American tour after lead singer Robert Plant learns his 6-year-old son, Carrick, has died of a respiratory virus. Yeah. The show 2 days before in Oakland proves to be the band's last in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah. August 16th, 1977, Elvis Presley is found dead at his home in Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. Good story. One of my friend, my best friend, Jim McDonald, he passed away young, like 8 years ago. But he always said that, you know, he always joked about being buried with Elvis or something like that, or, you know, Graceland. It was always like an inside joke between all of us. So one of my friends gets some of his ashes, right? And there's actually, he had his son videotape this, right? He has some of his ashes, and he goes to fucking Graceland.
Oh, shit.
He goes to Graceland, and then he ends up going on the tour, right? And as the tour's moving away from the gravesite, my friend, you see him, he takes ashes and he pours them.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Not a lot, not the whole thing.
Right.
But a little, like probably a handful of his ashes are in like the little shrub next to Elvis, whatever's there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Those are my friends, baby.
He did it.
Those are my lifelong friends. We do shit like that. Me and that same guy also, I had this idea. I went to the what was it? The Hard Rock? Yeah, the Hard Rock restaurant in DC one year back in probably, I think it was like 97. And I had this idea. We're sitting in a booth and I'm looking at all the pictures on the wall. Right? It's just, all right, this is really cool. And I said to my buddy who I was with, I was going through the U.S. Customs Canine Enforcement Center training. I said, you know, I could put a fucking picture up here and no one would ever know. You think the server is going to notice? Right?
Yeah.
So I went back home on like a leave. We took a picture with the guitar, me and him, right? And somebody took it for us, printed it, framed it, and ended up going to the Hard Rock in Boston and fucking liquid nailing it to a wall.
That's funny.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Doesn't matter. We got a guitar. And my buddy had this jacket that he always wore. It was this black, like a winter coat, probably down to his knees, but it had a mink collar. It was fucking hilarious, right? He would wear it everywhere. So he's got that on. We got the sunglasses. We got the guitar. Nobody cares. So we're on the wall at the Hard Rock in Boston. Then they tore it down. But we made it. We made it.
Who the hell are these two? Or maybe they were mistaking you for people. They thought that's so-and-so and so-and-so.
You never know. But we made the wall at the Hard Rock in Boston. That's all I can say.
I pissed on Paul Simon's face once.
Yeah, you told us last week. There you go. And he deserved every drop.
He liked it, actually.
Was it good for the last drop?
Graceland, speaking of Graceland.
Talking 5 beers in. Yeah, really.
Okay, let's see. Found dead at his home. Also that same day, the final concert of Bing Crosby takes place in England, accompanied by Johnny Smith. August 17th. Wow, we're almost an hour in and I'm only halfway done. Let me speed this up. We don't care about flowers to Elvis Presley. We don't care about his funeral. Let's do August 20th, NASA's uncrewed probe Voyager 2 is launched, carrying a golden record containing sounds and images representing life and culture on Earth, including the first movement of J.S. Bach's Vandenberg.
Wow. One of my favorites.
Interesting.
Also, played on and Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good is up there too. Yeah.
It's the day after my 16th birthday.
September 1st, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
September 3rd, nearly 110,000 fans pack Englishtown Raceway in Old Bridge, New Jersey for an 11-hour concert. Oh my God.
11.
By the Grateful Dead, Marshall Tucker Band, and New Riders of the Purple Sage. That is just
I know
fucking
about
stick hypodermic needles
I
in
know
my
10
ear.
people
drum.
that were at that show and they all loved it.
God.
I grew up. That's why I live near there.
Listen, all I needed to hear was Green Grass and High Tides, and I'm done.
That was the Outlaws.
Marshall Tucker was Pretty Little Love Song,
which came out in 1977. That was a hit.
So that's all I would have seen. Yeah. Can't you see? That's fine. That's fine. I'm done with it. Then I'd leave. So I'd be there for literally 8.5 minutes.
Right. there's a possibility that Jerry might have done double duty because he was also in early version of the New Riders.
Right.
Probably did. You know what? He probably did.
11 hours of Jerry.
Oh my God.
I'm up for it.
September 15th, the third and final annual Rock Music Award, and aired on NBC. Fleetwood Mac dominates, winning 5 awards, while Linda Ronstadt receives Best Rock Female Vocalist trophy for the third time. She was a force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
September 16th, it's a sad day. T-Rex frontman Mark Bolan is killed as a passenger in an automobile accident in London. September 29th, Billy Joel's The Stranger is released, containing Moving Out, Just the Way You Are,
song.
Only the Good Die. That's the only album I really like by him. Like, those are his early songs, other than Sing Me a Song on the Piano Man. That's right up there with Brown Eyed Girl. I hear that fucking song. I'm just
what it is?
Radio.
Radio made you hate it.
Oh,
radio made us hate a lot of songs.
If it wasn't 7 minutes long either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That and Captain Jack.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Billy Joel song.
Oh,
I love
he
that
takes
song.
the word masturbate and he rhymes it. That's what's great about that song.
Song's a bummer, man. It's like Gilbert O'Sullivan. And they found your father in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I guess that means you're not going back to school anymore.
And you smoke your pot.
Yeah.
And meet your girlfriend in the
and your
parking
mom
lot.
still makes your bed. Yeah,
really.
Total loser. Total fucking loser.
But Captain Jack will get your hat in it.
You're 27 and your mom still makes your bed.
Is that the line 27?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
47.
Okay. October 3rd, we're almost there. Elvis in Concert, a TV concert special filmed during Elvis Presley's final tour, is aired on CBS. That's when TV was good.
Yeah.
Canadian channel CKND DT simulcast it. It got bad reviews. That's the last line of that bullet. It got bad reviews.
That's like universal bad reviews.
Should have just left that alone, right?
I mean, it got not a good review.
Who writes this shit? Who writes this shit? Not like Aloha from Hawaii. That was a monster, right?
There was no 1968 comeback special.
Yeah, well, that was with Elvis in the leather outfit.
Fucking A.
I'll tell you what, I had a fucking man crush then. I was like, that is a good looking motherfucker right there.
He was the best looking guy on the planet.
That dude was fucking makes Tom Brady look like fucking the lady on Where's the Beef.
Oh. I tell people who aren't Elvis fans, I said, don't even worry about that. Watch that show.
God damn, he was a good looking man back then.
Plus he was on. He was hot.
He was. Yeah.
I mean, he had everything going right. Everything.
And I was just a kid, like when I saw it, I was like, something like, that's a good looking guy.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Shit.
He's almost pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, his daughter looked just like him.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie looked just like him. That was uncanny.
She did.
You know?
That's a bummer. That's too bad too.
Yeah, her story is, yeah. October 5th.
Wait, she was married to Michael Jackson.
Briefly.
Yeah, briefly. It was all a publicity stunt. October 9th, Aerosmith cancels several tour dates after Joe Perry and Steven Tyler are injured at by an M80 explosive thrown on stage at Philadelphia Spectrum, burning Tyler's left cornea and cutting Perry's left hand. Dude, it was inevitable at the Boston Garden. Something was going to blow up somewhere. It wasn't, today they'd call it terrorism and they'd be, oh my God, it would make world news. Bomb goes off during concert. Like back in the day, like my brother's friend one time snuck these gloves in that were covered with, what's it called? Sterno. Right? Sterno. And he fucking lit the gloves on fire and he held his hands up.
Jesus
like
Christ.
Yeah. I mean, that shit went on back then. Concerts were fun.
I remember going to concerts.
It's all this. Cell phones.
Yeah.
Everything's cell phones.
Yeah.
Everything's cell phones.
You know what I like?
And drones.
You know what drives me crazy? Instead of, they don't do the lighters anymore, you're supposed to do this.
And that actually looks pretty cool.
Doing it.
But it looks pretty cool. I have a picture of myself and my wife at a Depeche Mode concert in Miami Arena down there. And that's the whole background. And it looks pretty fucking cool, man. It really, I don't mind that. It is weird, though. It is weird waving it back and forth. The lighter was the lighter. That was a whole different thing.
I remember the Meadowlands. My thing was Meadowlands Arena. That's where I went to see concerts in the early 80s. Those M80s scared the shit out of me. I saw a Black Sabbath show. They're coming down from the upper tiers, and I'm like, get me I couldn't handle it. It was bad shit.
Come out of the concert with PTSD.
Oh, man. I stopped going to heavy metal shows because of that.
Oh,
that was the Brendan Byrne Arena.
Brendan Byrne Arena, yeah.
Brendan Byrne Arena, that's right. Yeah. Let's see. October 20th. Yeah, bad day in 77. It was the plane crash.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Ronnie Van Zant, Steve Gaines, Cassie Gaines.
Lanyard, Skynyard. Yeah.
Leonard Skinner, yeah. That was a bad day. I'm not going to get into all that. October 27th, British punk band, The Sex Pistols.
Here we go.
Release Never Mind the Bullocks. Here's The Sex Pistols.
Finally, the album came out.
Yes, on the Virgin record label. Despite refusal by major UK retailers to stock it, it debuts at number 1 and just became legendary from that point on. Someone tried to sell me that album for like $60 or $70. I was like, I'm not buying that for $70. It's a good album, and I'd like to have it, but I'm not buying it for $60 or $70. No.
When you can listen to it online.
Yeah, I don't need it in my collection that bad. I eventually got it for like, I don't know, 40 or 35 or something.
Yeah.
Who produced that album? I wonder. I mean,
Alan Parsons.
To take on that band as a producer, like shit.
In a promotional stunt, the group performed on a boat on the River Thames shortly afterwards, only for the police to wait for them and make several arrests, including that of Malcolm McLaren. He was a fucking asshole. He turned out to be a scumbag. The band's manager at the time, he was an opportunist is what he was.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that broke up Adam and the Ants because of him.
Chris Thomas produced it, Lou. That's the guy. He did a lot of Island. Yeah.
Pretenders.
Yeah. That's and
cool.
Bill Price, 2 producers.
There you go. October 28th, British rock band Queen releases the album News of the World.
I love that album.
Me and my brothers used to give each other albums for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, was it News of the World? Is that the one with the robot?
Yeah. The one that scared Stewie.
Each one of my brothers gave me that album. Both of them. I had that. I'm like, come on, you guys couldn't have pulled this together. Don't you two talk?
Commiserate here.
My 2 older brothers, do you talk? Really? You both give me the fucking Queen album? Come on, man.
Did you think when you heard the song Sheer Heart Attack, you were like, this is really heavy?
Yeah, right?
And then Get Down, Make Love, which was one of the most bizarre songs.
Yeah. It
Suck Your Mind, You Blow My Head.
Yep. Yeah, me and my brother used to play cards. We used to play like poker and for like money. And then when you didn't have money, it turned into albums.
Oh, cool.
Like I had to put my Earth, Wind, and Fire album up or fucking into the pot one time.
I'd be more pissed off about losing an album than money.
Yeah. Although I could still listen to it, it wasn't mine anymore.
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't like it would literally, we'd dig into albums like, I put up this album. Or he would say, I want that album. And it's like, fuck. All right. And then I lost. Yeah. A nice household I grew up in.
Did you guys write your names?
And that was my middle brother. No, we didn't do that. No. My oldest brother, my brother Colin, is the one who taught me him and his friends taught me how to play poker. When I was like 10, we'd play in the doorways for like money, like, change and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Signs of a misspent youth. They were good guys, though. They looked after me. Okay. What do we got? Not that. November 25th, 10 years of Rolling Stone, a television special, when it used to be good. Not a political rag.
Where's my issue? I have the newest one. I was reading it.
I don't want to see it. I'll read the Daily Wire before I read that. A television special commemorating the 10th anniversary of Rolling Stone magazine airs on CBS in the United States. Guests include Bette Midler, Art Garfunkel, Billy Preston, Melissa Manchester, and Keith Moon.
Melissa and Keith Moon?
Yeah.
Hi. By himself?
Yeah. He was a celebrity at one point, right?
What the hell was Melissa Manchester doing there?
Right? right?
Did she
Her
sing,
agent
wouldn't you
got her
give
the
your
gig.
hand to, wouldn't you give your hand to a friend?
November 30th, Bing Crosby's final Christmas television special, Bing Crosby's Merry Old Christmas, airs on CBS, containing the notable segment of Crosby joined by David Bowie for the duet Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy, that they did evidently in one take.
Really? One take?
Something like that. Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. Yep. And what a way to go out. What a way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
With that.
He went out on the golf course, I think.
He died on the golf course?
I think he was playing golf, yeah.
Alice Cooper's going to do that.
December 14th, who knew this was a Christmas movie? Saturday Night Fever appears in the movie theaters, igniting a new popularity for disco music and pushing it to the forefront of American pop culture with the soundtrack to the film Bee Gees, by the Bee Gees, who have composed most of the tracks.
Assorted artists, too, on it.
Yeah. December 17th, day before my birthday, I think I was like 12, right? I was turning 13, maybe. Elvis Costello makes his American television debut on Saturday Night Live as a last-minute replacement for the Sex Pistols, who were refused visas to enter America. Subsequently, Costello was banned after substituting the scheduled performance of Less Than Zero with Radio. And we all know that story.
Yep.
Right?
I saw that.
I'm not going to do this. Stop. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to. And he turns around and yells something to the band. He goes, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cool moment.
And they could have easily went to commercial. But they they let the whole song play.
Then they banned them.
And live.
Then they banned them. Yeah.
So here's the counterculture SNL banning.
Right.
An artist for doing something.
They were like the original cancel culture, except that made him more popular.
Yeah. It could have been a ploy,
True.
Yeah, could have been.
I just think he had that punk mentality, like, fuck you, you're not going to tell me what to play.
Well, he's substituting for the Sex Pistols. He had to do something.
He had to do something, right? Yeah.
I saw that show.
I did too. I watched that show. Yeah, I was an Elvis Costello fan. Yeah.
That's the first season, I think, was it?
I think 77, second season.
Second season.
Second season, yeah.
And finally, on December 31st, the 6th annual New Year's Rockin' Eve special airs on ABC in the United States with performances by, I was a big fan, Ohio Players, Fire.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, some good bass in those songs.
Yeah.
Roller coaster of love, say what?
That intro to that song is so good.
Love it. Love it. I was a big Ohio Players fan.
Yeah.
So I was into the funk when I was a kid. Yeah. Crystal Gale, Kenny Rogers, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and the late, great Andy Gibb.
Wow.
So let's get the...
who's Crystal Gale is the sister of Loretta Lynn.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
She was that hot younger sister.
She was with the fucking long hair down to her ankles.
Yeah.
Also in 1977, Bohemian Rhapsody was named Best Single of the last 25 years by BPI.
British Petroleum Institute.
Really nothing. The Cars signed a contract with Elektra Records. Devo signs a contract with Warner Brothers. Midnight Oil signs a contract with CBS Records.
77?
Wow.
Yeah.
Midnight Oil? Wow.
Yeah. The Neville Brothers, I have something coming up with this. The Neville Brothers signed a contract with AMI Records. The Police signed a contract with A&M Records. And Van Halen signs a contract with Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Contract signed, albums to follow,
Yeah.
Right.
So then we get into bands formed in 1977.
Okay.
Adam and the Ants, the aforementioned Adam and the Ants, formed in 77. The Attractions with Elvis Costello, formed in 77. Bad Brains, right? Punk band, Bad Brains. The One Hit Wonders and Forever Trivia Question. The Buggles, formed in 1977.
Did you know their song is the first song ever played on MTV?
Oh my God! Did you know that Prince wrote?
I didn't know that.
The Sinead
Nothing
O'Connor
compares
song?
to you.
Yeah,
Nothing
nothing compares to you. Did you know Prince wrote that? Yeah. Did you know Prince wrote Manic Monday? Fucking people.
Did you
Oh,
know
you
Eddie
like
Van-
music? Did you know? Oh, fuck. No, I didn't know that. I think I'll say that. I think I'll use that on my podcast. That's good information.
Did you know Scott doesn't like people playing guitar on the show? Did you know that?
I think everybody that listens to the show knows that.
It's right over there.
Yeah.
Just out of my reach.
Def Leppard is formed in 1977.
Wow.
Yeah. Dire Straits is formed in 1977.
Dang.
Gang of Four. Formed in 1977.
Wow.
Godley and Cream from 10cc. Kevin Godley and Lol Cream. Right? Formed in 77. Yeah. The Human League formed in 1977.
Beginnings of 80s.
Well, yeah,
like
it's
coming up.
Post-punk.
5 years later, yeah.
Post-punk, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told Jack on our first episode, you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I first met you.
He was visibly uncomfortable with that. And I would be too, because I ain't no waitress in a cocktail bar. And I don't know you.
And then he said something. Yeah, we just kept doing the lyrics back and forth. It was pretty good.
It was good.
Ice House from Australia.
Good band.
Originally called Flowers. Yeah. In Excess was formed in 1977. The Pat Metheny Group.
Yes.
Was formed in
the 1977. The White Album came out that year, I think. No, next year.
The first horror punk band was formed in 1977. You know who that would be?
No, that was Kiss. Come on, Gene Simmons invented
horror
everything.
Punk, not kabuki rock.
Would have been Gwar.
No, the Misfits. Misfits with Glenn Danzig. Yeah. Evidently, Glenn Danzig tried to be Rob Zombie, and he produced some movies, maybe even directed. And I like I said last week, I think I belong to this Facebook group called Grindhouse Sleaze and Video Exploitation, and they just put out some of the worst movies. Like they post, and these people love it. They love the worse the movie, the better. Like the more gore, the better. And Glenn Danzig had this one movie called like Death Riders or something. It's not even on streaming, but they were like it was horrible. But he did a movie before that they said is unwatchable. It's like everything he wanted is in there, but it's just unwatchable. Yeah.
He's really tall, I hear.
Muscular.
Yeah. I hear he's really tall. Yeah. Is he like 5'6"?
Not even that. I think he's less.
I'm only 5'1".
He makes me look tall.
And I'm doing the things that a 5'1" man can do.
From Lodi, New Jersey, I think.
Yep.
I'm not surprised at that one. That was a very bad joke against Lodi.
Danzig isn't his real last name, though. He's Italian.
Yeah.
And that figures too from Lodi.
Well, same as
Lodi is an acronym for Land of Dumb Italians.
That's great.
Oh man.
I got to remember that.
I can say that
because you're from New Jersey and you're Italian, so I can't.
Jerry Only also has a really Italian name. He's the only original member that still tours with Misfits. Jerry Only. I think he's the one with the hair that goes the Flock of Seagulls before. It was Flock of Seagulls. I don't know how anyone never put that together. Like the guy from the Flock of Seagulls totally ripped off Jerry Only from Misfits.
Yeah, the thing coming down.
Totally ripped him off. Yeah,
and the 59 Cadillac things on the side.
Yeah. But Jerry Only just had the straight down his face, like black.
That would have been so freaking annoying having that hang in front of you.
And finally, formed in '77. The Plasmatics with the late, great Wendy O. Williams. She was a tortured soul, that poor girl.
Yep.
She really was. Killed herself in 98, I think. Shot herself in the head out in the woods. She had tried to kill herself a couple times a few years before. And just a very troubled one, but great, great fucking stage performance.
Yeah.
Like, they put on the most insane shows. The Tubes evidently used to put on some crazy stage performances. But the Plasmatics were just like chainsawing guitars and blowing up cars and smashing windshields.
1979, I think. I was 10 years old. I was staying up late downstairs in the side room to the living room. there was a show called Fridays on ABC.
Fridays, yeah. They were on it, yeah.
And I remember
that was what's his name? Kramer's first show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just remember being kind of like spooked by there was a Prince of Darkness, I think. Beware the Prince of, I think that was the song. Something, but it just freaked me out. She had the chainsaw, and I just got like, I'm looking around. I'm only 10 years old.
And they blew up the car too. They threw there was an explosion inside the car on the stage. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
I had a picture up on my wall, and it was Wendy O. Williams, and she wasn't a bad looking woman. She had a nice body. She was really kind of, and she would come out on stage with shaving cream over her breasts, just shaving cream. And I had that picture I had a picture of her. I had a picture of Blondie. Let me see. Who else did I have up there? I don't know.
Lou,
I think
whose mouse does he like? Pat Benatar was up there, I bet you.
No, that was a Blondie guy. He was always Pat. Who's better, Pat Benatar or Blondie? Like if you had a choice, I was a Blondie guy. She has a great mouth, great lips. She had great lips. Yeah.
Kind of like Kate Bush.
Kate, that's a good picture. British. She has that British look though. British women are kind of just plain looking.
Shall we have some tea?
Very few British women are like outstanding.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I said you could name off a handful, but
who's the one that did that film noir? She did War of the Roses with Michael Douglas. She was another one. Kathleen Turner.
She's American though.
She's English, I thought.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
Maybe not.
Stand your ground, Lou. Stand your ground, Lou.
Because I'm not 100% certain.
Don't let him talk you out of it.
No, I think she's American. Damn it.
We do call Lou the professor for a reason.
She's an American actress.
She's an American actress. Yeah, she just had that raspy voice, right?
Yeah, she did. Hi.
Bands that broke up in 1977.
Cigarette.
Yeah. Bands that broke up in 1977. Can't believe we haven't had any comments at all tonight.
Are you sure the show's going live?
Really.
Last time this happened, you didn't put it on the right stream.
Oh, it's live. Let me double check this because this is
live
on
my thing.
I hear crickets.
No, I'm live. Let's see. 14 comments.
You don't have the comments live.
What the fuck? What's going on tonight?
You need a producer.
My friend Leanne from boy.
Crap, sorry. Yeah, you're live.
It's live on my Facebook page too.
Yeah, I'm live. No, you know what? There are a lot of I joke because I always like the Irish girls and there's a lot of beautiful British girls. I tease.
There's the Queen.
I don't see anything on my screen.
Yeah, they're all in the Facebook comments.
Messages from audience will display here.
Oh well. No, you know who I thought was the sexiest British woman for a long time was
Diana Rigg.
Yes. Emma Peel.
She was
hot.
hot.
My God.
She was hot.
Total hottie. Emma Peel. Oh, that leather outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She kicked ass too.
She did. She's a British hottie. Yeah. If you think about it, there's a lot of British hotties, really.
Yeah, Spice Girls.
Jay, I was just thinking that. That's why I was keeping quiet. Come on, maybe Spice.
No, I don't know. What about Kate Moss? She's British, right?
How about all the Monty Python guys in drag?
Yeah. Is Kate Moss? Kate Moss is British, right?
I don't know.
Lou would know.
I don't know. No.
Lou is the professor. He would know.
I don't know.
It's one of those. She was a skinny, wafy supermodel.
Oh, I like the petite girls.
Yes, she's British. Yes.
There's petite, and then there's
this wafer. What she goes back to Twiggy.
Yeah, Twiggy.
Twiggy was British too, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You want to see some pretty British
and
girls?
Julia
Childs.
Oh,
she was a very handsome woman.
She's a
handsome woman.
She's on that website, www.womenwholooklikeoldmen.com.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She was, I think she was American, though, wasn't she?
Who? Julia Childs?
She sounded English. Ooh.
I don't know.
Well, Winchester on MASH had an English accent, but he was just from Boston.
From Boston.
Isn't that the Brahmin? What's the Brahmin accent, Scott?
I don't know.
I think like this, the Kennedys had that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to go on record right now and just say I think the Boston accent is the best accent in the whole country.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah.
It's very, very distinguished.
Okay, so let me check some of these. Todd Sockman was on. He said good night.
Entertain me.
So Tom Benderwald said, I went to school with Jerry Chiaffa from the Misfits. Yeah.
Wow.
He dated Deborah Harry, Blondie, right? From Hawthorne, New Jersey. Also knew his brother Kevin. Never met Danzig. Okay. Patty Yossi says 61 degrees. Leanne Brennan, I'm going to tell you right now. She's an attractive British woman. She is. She's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
And her boy Shay. I'm Uncle King of Facebook. Shay.
I see her picture. Yes.
Yep. She's an attractive British woman.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Patty Yossi again. Come Monday, Joanne, Tom Baldwin. And this is on one of my pages. I probably have something on my other page too, because I have 2 Facebook pages in case the Facebook Yahtzees put me in jail. So I just jumped to my other account. Okay.
You're a miscreant.
Yeah. No, I just speak the truth, my friend. I will not be censored. You can't cancel the king of Facebook. It's another show. What do you?
the comments are coming up on YouTube.
I'm still thinking of Land of Dumb Italians. I'm sorry, that's just killing me.
And there's comments coming up on YouTube also.
No, it's an old episode. It's last week's.
We caught Lou's watching an old episode. That's how bored he is. He's watching last week's episode.
No, it looked like it was the cue for this one.
It's the drummer. It's always the drummer.
On a fucking telephone. Give me a break. Here we are.
He's watching last. Oh, I'm coming through.
Who froze up here?
Yeah.
Nope. I don't know. Do you guys got anything about music in '77? What do you got?
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
Hey Lou, do you mind if I say an album that came out that I love? But you probably have the same album. Asia came out in '77 from Steely Dan.
Oh, Asia, yeah, yes, yeah.
Not Asia.
I had the cassette.
At the moment.
Big album.
Yep.
I got something for you. Did you know that in 1977, only 5 albums were at number 1 in 1977?
Really?
Only 5 albums made it to number 1 in '77.
Soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever.
Nope.
No.
Give me an album.
77. I mean, Billy Joel.
Rumors.
Rumors.
Okay.
The Stranger, Billy Joel.
Nope. One of them was the soundtrack, but it wasn't Saturday Night Fever.
Did Songs in the Key of Life?
Oh, the Star Wars.
Nope.
It wasn't
Not Songs in the Key of Life? No.
Songs in the Key of Life was on, and I'm going to give you the rundown of how many weeks each song was on number 1. Well, instead of guessing, let me just tell you. So you have Songs in the Key of Life was number 1 for 1 week. Barry Manilow Live was number 1 for 1 week.
Still remember that cover.
A Star is Born, the original soundtrack, was number 1 for 7 weeks, carried by Chris Christopherson and Barbra Streisand. The only version of A Star is Born that I will ever see.
And new one wasn't bad.
Nope. I like the first one, the one that I saw.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah.
Eagles Hotel California was number 1 for 11 weeks.
Forgot about that.
And Rumors was number 1 for 32 weeks. So Rumors reached number 1 on Record World on March 26th, but was bumped from the top spot 2 weeks later by the Soaring Eagles album. Then on May 28th, Fleetwood Mac returned to number 1 for 5 weeks. After 1 week at number 2, it reclaimed the number 1 spot on July 9th, where thanks to 4 top 10 singles, it remained for the rest of 1977.
I'll bet you Irving Azoff had a picture of Fleetwood Mac on the wall and he was throwing darts at it. Yeah. I know that guy.
Why is that?
He was the manager for the Eagles, and he is a very aggressive guy.
Yeah.
He's also in this book I'm reading, Hitman. He was one of the most uncouth record executives ever, too. But
was he really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to send you that book, Lou.
Okay. He was a president of Ticketmaster. He was in Ticketmaster not too long ago.
Yeah, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So
powerful guy.
Yeah. Don't piss him off.
You know what else came out in 1977?
What's that?
On a Morning from a Bogart Movie.
Al Stewart. Time Passages.
That was 70. That wasn't 70.
I know. That's every time I do Al Stewart, I have to do that.
Yeah. I call it time sausages.
Time sausages.
Buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight. On a morning from a Bogart movie in a country where they turned back time, he was strolling through the crowd like Peter Lorre contemplating a crime. Fucking got to be one of the greatest openings.
That was really good that you knew that.
I know that. I love that fucking song. I absolutely love that song. That is in my one of my list of all time favorite songs. I fucking loved it. It has such a feel to it.
Yeah,
the depth, the memory that comes back with it.
The lyrics,
the lyrics. I mean, the whole composition of the song.
There's 3 solos in it. There's an acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and a saxophone.
And a saxophone. Yeah,
and they're all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what a great opening line. I mean, it's such a great.
Yeah.
It just puts you right. I love those songs, and you've heard me say this before, that put you right in the song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you're in there, and you know fucking who Peter Lorre is.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's like, he's always that kind of quirky little bad guy.
Yeah.
Always up to something.
It's Casablanca.
Yeah. Always up to something. It's just a great line.
There's
great lyric.
There's the mystery girl in it.
Yeah.
She leads you to the,
Yep.
And sometimes you're bound to leave her.
But you have to stay on. That's right. That's right. So give me some more stuff about music in 77. We're only at an hour and 21 minutes. We got so much more time to go.
I just got to go to work in 3 hours.
I know. Do you really?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was going to say, geez, get off.
Randy Newman did Short People.
Oh, yeah. Song he grew to hate, I think.
I would think. Yeah.
Right?
It's his big hit.
Yeah. Pardon the pun, big hit.
Here you go. People. Yes, that's true. But now when he was on SNL performing that, a couple members of the Eagles were in his backup singers.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and at one part they all got down on their knees. Like a little
okay.
Brick House by the Commodores.
Brick House.
This is my favorite song of 1977. You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone.
Oh boy.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think of the Poseidon Adventure when I hear
that's
that.
Morning
Wasn't
After.
That movie?
That was the Morning After.
That's the Morning After.
It could have been the same thing. That song was frigging everywhere.
Yeah, if you listen to both of them are the same fucking song, really.
Yeah, really.
It's like the two Rick Astley hits.
I don't know, when I hear it,
Never Gonna Give
Leslie
You Up
Nielsen.
And the other song, they sound exactly the fucking same.
When I see Leslie Nielsen going like this, and water coming in.
I think she sang at the Academy Awards. She sang the Emmys, the Grammys, and every variety show. That was Debbie Boone. That was Pat Boone's daughter.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
How about this? Here's a sappy song. I Like Dreamin'.
I like dreaming.
It was sang by a guy named Kenny Nolan, who I worked with.
Did you really?
Well, not really.
That's the bottom line.
When Per and I used to work,
no, not really.
Well, I did. When Per and I worked at this graphics place, I still belt out those corny songs to get a reaction. So I started singing that, and this guy came up to me for about 3 minutes. He screamed "fuck you" in my face. I thought he was going to kill me. I said, "What's your problem, man?" He goes, "I have the same name as that fucking guy. I hate that fucking song."
What else you got?
Let's see. "You and Me" by Alice Cooper. He caught flack for that song. That was
he got into the ballad shit.
He got into ballad.
After Only Women Bleed, right? Was that?
Yes.
He split up the band. He became a solo artist.
Yeah.
I after $1 Billion Babies, I didn't have anything much.
And then he went on the Muppets, which was really his.
There you go. What's Your Name by Skinner, and a bunch of other hits from that album.
Little Girl.
What's Your Name, Little Girl? So Into You. Remember Atlanta Rhythm Section?
Oh, good song.
And this is a song I thought came out in the 80s, but Salisbury Hill, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, first album.
77.
If you listen to that solo album, it's a very weird album. And then the last track is Salisbury Hill, but the rest of the album
with Kate Bush?
No.
No, what song did she do with Peter Gabriel?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Give up. That's
Don't
what
give up.
Yeah.
Great song.
Salisbury Hill. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Black Betty by Ram Jam.
Oh, Black Betty. Bam, lamb.
That's a seriously good jam.
Bow, bow.
One hit wonder too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
You ever see the video for it? It's hilarious. They're just on someone's front lawn.
That's it.
It's so low key.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Very low budget.
Let's see. Heroes, David Bowie.
Yeah.
Great
Great song. Yep.
Remember the Babies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't It Time?
Yep. With
it.
John Waite, right?
John Waite, yeah. That was a
And
good song.
Jonathan Cain on keyboards.
Jonathan Cain, yeah.
From
From Journey.
Fleetwood Mac, they had a string of hits. Disco Inferno by the Tramps.
Oh, the Tramps.
Bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum, bum.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
How about some more sappy?
Satisfaction came in a chain reaction. I couldn't get enough. Okay, that's my Tramps. I saw them. I actually saw them. I
think that's cool.
At a club in Massachusetts. Yeah, saw the Tramps. Yeah.
How about "Do You Want to Make Love" by Peter McCann? Do you want to make love? Or it's just some crappy hits.
I probably heard it.
Yeah,
it's
one
Would be on Yacht Rock.
It brings down everything that was good about that year. Television put out Marquee Moon.
I had that on my list. Yeah.
Oh.
And thank you, Lou and Perry, for getting me into that album.
Yeah, man. Lovely Day by Bill Withers. Lovely day.
A lovely day.
Yeah. Right? Keep going.
Eat one of those Thanksgiving sandwiches while you're doing that.
Breath control there.
A lovely day.
Just got some applause for that, man. That was a long note.
I wasn't even trying. I'm the lead singer. Leave me alone. I can do it. I got skills.
And there was Peg. Steely Dan. That was a big hit. But Asia, that album.
Asia. Yeah.
Great album.
Yeah.
And that had Michael McDonald on it. Pig.
He's all. Have you ever heard that song broken down? The chorus broken down.
Yes, it's
Just
amazing.
The video. It's
all
like,
the different.
It's really weird. It's not like it's hard. It's really hard to do. Michael McDonald was saying, he goes, he's like trying to sing like a half tone above himself. He goes, it sounds when you hear it, he goes, to do it is, he was really nervous about pulling that off, but it's an interesting chord that he's singing a chord. So he's singing the different notes of the chord, but it's like, it's weird when in this song, it sounds great. When you isolate the chorus, it's like, that is really weird. But that's what they did. That's about a lot of songs.
All right. What do you got, Mark?
Okay. I got albums.
Albums.
All right. So I got, let's see, that year, I, Robot from Alan Parsons Project came out. And it was inspired by Star Wars. Yet another, it gave him life because everyone was on the Star Wars kick. And here's an album about a robot. Slow Hand from EC. Some love it, some hate it, but it had his big hits, Cocaine and Lay Down Sally and Wonderful Tonight.
I do like Lay Down Sally. That's one of those songs. I just love that strumming.
That was his laid back country period. Just very laid back.
Yeah, I actually like that. I got sick of Cocaine. I've heard it so much.
Everybody.
That live version from that album that he did after that, I hate
Just One Night.
Yeah, Just One Night.
All right, ELO put out a double album called Out of the Blue, which just cements Jeff Lynne as one of the greatest songwriters of all time, because after doing 2 huge albums before that, he puts out a fucking double album. Every song on that album is good. Yeah. Another science fiction themed album because I was a kid and I opened it up. He had the flying saucer and I was loving it. Farewell to Kings from Rush, which had one of their hits, Closer to the Heart.
Yeah. Like that song.
Yeah, I do too.
And The Men Who Hold High Places.
They'd always play that song around Christmas time. I think they thought those bells sounded Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? It had nothing to do with the holidays.
No.
It just sounded Christmassy.
It's like Life in the Northern Town. Me and Jack had this argument every, I consider that like a Christmas song for some reason.
Dude, I thought they were from New England, and then Lou tells me they're from England.
No, they're from. Well, actually, yeah, they're from up in the hills.
I think Liverpool or
above that, the Upper Midlands. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. That's a great album. That album, I think that was the only album they did.
They did a second album.
They did. Okay,
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the first album. In the City from the Jam came out. And that was like another one. You had the punk era, but these bands were far better than punk. The Jam, Clash, they were doing really good music. Okay, you guys are going to hate me for this, but I love this fucking album. Grand Illusion from Styx came out. That's like
Welcome to the Grand Illusion.
Come on in and see what's happening. Pay your price, get your tickets for this. Now, how about I'm sailing away?
It was good in '77, but after that, I grew out of it.
James Young's Master Heavy Metal. Aren't you, Miss America? That was a great song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I love James Young. Two prog bands.
Mark, wasn't the Grand Illusion?
I can't do that. I can't roll my tongue.
Didn't he roll his arm?
Grand Illusion.
Oh, Jesus.
I was going to say I'm Irish. I can't do it, but obviously Scott can do it. So. So again, talking about 77 phasing out dinosaurs. So ELP put out in that year, they put out one double album and one single album. It didn't work out because they put out The Works, which was each band member had a side, and then they got together for the fourth side, and they did their version of Fanfare for the Common Man, which is, WABC used it for Wide World of Sports. But you don't open an album with a 3-part piano concerto, and that's what doomed that album.
When you say they each got a side, what was that?
Keith Emerson had side one. He had his piano concerto. Greg Lake had a whole side. It was just Greg Lake ballads. Some of them, they're good. Carl Palmer's side was when everything from classical percussion to severe jazz, like Buddy Rich style jazz. Really? Carl Palmer's side was really good. He had Joe Walsh playing on a couple songs. I love it. I'm an ELP fan, but it was bound to not be big.
Yeah.
But the idea was they needed a break. The record company saw that they were doing solo projects. So the record company said, no, guys, get together. You could just put your solo stuff in. That's a recipe for disaster.
I'm a Kiss. Each one of them did their own album.
Yeah.
All marketing though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the solo stuff. Yeah. Ace had the hit. Ace had the hit.
Yeah, he had a good album actually.
That's what I heard. Who was it? One of the guys in Rush said he was the most talented member of Kiss.
Well, Rush toured with Kiss a lot in the early years, and Kiss.
He's a good guitarist. Yeah.
Gene Simmons used to make fun of Rush. They said, "We're out getting girls, and they're in their room, like they're not even drinking; they're reading books." I'm like,
from a guy who doesn't even drink.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons.
Well, he did say, he goes, if an ugly son of a bitch like me can get laid, why can't they get laid?
Yeah.
Mark, you do a good Gene Simmons impersonation.
I got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, I can't. you know, performing Flea like I am.
You have to get in you got to get in this mindset that anything that I do, you will pay me for. So it's like, well, if you want me to do it, you have to send me $6.99. It's everything with him.
$6.99. Okay.
Yeah, there was a skit I heard once. Some guy did a great Gene Simmons. He used to call into Howard Stern. And he did the Kiss toilet. It's like for $10,000, you can get a Kiss toilet, and we're really blowing it out because for the privilege of using the Kiss toilet, you only have to pay $0.25 every time you use it.
What about these fucking people that get the Kiss caskets?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's out of control.
That's
it's creepy.
That's a waste of money.
Could you as like if you were
plant me in that thing?
Could you sell coffins with your band's likeness on it? I could. It's fucked up. In the afterlife, they're gonna have a lot of pissed off people.
It's probably really
my ashes are going inside. My
ashes
are going inside a Batman statue. So
cool.
There you go.
Cool.
And my wife we got it all set up. She's gonna go into a Wonder Woman statue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
DC Universe.
Yeah, like, about this big, nothing like life size like I have coming. But yeah, nice. Urn. Like kind of that's our urn.
I want to be stuffed like a taxidermy animal.
Anyways, moving on.
You'll be in Lodi. No, your ashes will be inside saying stuck in Lodi. All right. So the final one I have, and we're talking about how bands were going through changes, was Genesis, who were classic prog, but in '77 they had this edition of the band. My favorite era. Peter Gabriel had left. They still had Steve Hackett on guitar, so it was Phil Collins just took over all the vocals, and that was my favorite era of the band because Peter Gabriel was kind of a his stuff. Some of it was more operatic, whereas the stuff where Peter with Phil Collins was just good prog. But they're starting to get into pop. So Seconds Out came out on that. That's a live album, and Bill Bruford from Yes played drums on some of the songs because he was with them for one tour.
Yeah, was that Seconds Out? You said.
Yeah, and that's the last album that Steve Hackett appeared on.
Right. The drumming's great on that record.
Oh, it's awesome.
He's really great. It was great.
Yep. That's all I got for that year. Everything else we talked about.
Can I throw a jazz one in there?
Huh?
Can I throw a jazz album in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Weather Report did their seminal work.
Weather Report, yeah.
Had Birdland on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's got Jaco Pastorius on bass. Just a great record. It's it's modern jazz, electric jazz, but it's
at the beginning of jazz fusion.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah.
And that was a golden age for fusion because Weather Report and what was the Return of Forever were both headlining Madison Square Garden. They were filling arenas for this music, just like Prague. ELP was filling arenas, and that all went away kind of quick.
If you want to hear a pretty song with some beautiful bass playing, A Remark You Made off the Heavy Weather album, it's a beautiful song.
Oh yeah,
it's really bass. It's just it's incredible.
Yeah,
I'm not super jazz fan, but that's something where
I am.
I know.
I forgot about that.
I'm sure Jack's got that record.
I'm sure he does.
I would definitely.
Yep.
Where's Jack?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in about 10
He pulled
days.
a Michael Schenker. He just abandoned the tour.
He knows where I am. He knows how to get in touch. Oh, by the way, I noticed Lou, you got some Studio 54 lighting going on in the background.
Yeah, you got my disco ball tonight. I usually was that's Perry wants me to only use that on Music Relish.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's
that's okay.
My disco ball. I'll do whatever I want with my disco.
It's your balls. You can do what you want with your balls.
Have you had any AI visitations tonight?
No,
we don't know.
No, nothing. I haven't seen. Okay, so instead of the top 10 singles, I'm going to do the top 15 because it's just Jesus.
Well, I can't let Lou get all the attention,
Knox floating his flashlight, his phone light, like he's at a Billy Joel concert under his face.
Show us the song. You're the piano man.
Show us the song.
I don't know.
In
the year 2000.
All right, you guys done?
Yeah,
we're never done.
never.
We're just fleas in your circus.
Just
yes, Scott, we're done.
Performing flea in your traveling flea circus. Number 15 this week in 1977. Keep it coming, love. Keep it coming, love. Don't stop it now. Don't stop it. No, don't stop it now. Don't stop it. Number 14 this week.
Still good music.
It is. Yeah, I'll still listen to that.
Yeah, have fun.
Although I've posted a video recently of KC, and he is just he's like a bloated tick on the back of a fucking Alabama hound dog.
Is he really?
Just a bloated tick.
He's holding water. Definitely holding water.
Is he really?
Jesus. Yeah.
I'll have to take a look.
And there's the people I posted. I'm like, oh, come on. And they're like, well, at least he's still out there performing. Is that what that is? Is this performing or is this just showing up? Like, come on.
Come
on. Yeah.
I saw him last year on something, and it's painful to watch.
Yeah.
And he sings like his voice is straining.
Yeah. It's got to be like 75 now or something, right?
Dance, make a little love.
Number 14 this week in 1977, Cold as Ice by Foreigner.
Forgot that album came out that year.
Yeah.
Double Vision. Was that Double Vision?
No, first album.
The debut, yeah.
That was 77?
Yep.
I like Head Knocker off that record.
I liked
I'm sure you do.
Head Knocker.
It was a lonely day, just like any other day.
Yeah.
It was a small town, like an apple in decay. That was my favorite song.
Sad Sad Monday?
Is that what that is?
Sad Sad Monday? I think so.
I don't think is that the name of it?
Something like that. I think so.
Yeah. Anyway. 13 this week in 1977, Barracuda by Heart.
Oh, great song.
Yeah.
Great guitar, great chords on that song.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number 12 this week in 1977. Just a Song Before I Go. Crosby, Still, and Nash. Yeah, good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 11 this week in 1977 by the London Symphony Orchestra with John Williams.
Star Wars.
The main title. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest classical pieces ever written.
Yeah, well, I'd have to still say Enrico Morricone with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is the greatest musical soundtrack ever.
Because of you, I bought the 4K Blu-ray. I've been watching the shit out of it.
That's such a great, epic, epic movie.
Do we know the guitar player is and all that?
No, but I saw recently. I posted it, and you can find it on YouTube. It's an orchestra. I forget which one it is that does that that opening song from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and it's a lady. The lady's singing. She's like, "Oh wow!"
Oh,
and
wow.
they got the chorus of the kids, and they got the men's chorus over here, and it's all it's being conducted by I think it's like an Asian woman, and they got a guy playing down, 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 and the men's chorus going, oh, hey, down, 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 down. They in the background they have like a fucking guy hanging, like a silhouette of a guy hanging, right? And they got the silhouette of up on the back of Clint Eastwood, but it's just like black, and he's got the poncho thrown over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So you see a silhouette just looking. Dude, it's fucking great, man.
Very cool.
And they do it to a fucking T.
Wow.
Yeah. And so you look at that and you're like, so Morricone did this in 68.
Yeah.
I think it was. And like, he didn't have an elect like that. He had it, but it wasn't done like this. This was done in a studio. Like he had to really write this and pull it together. When this orchestra does it, it's already put together for them. Like, they're just doing a version of it. But he wrote this fucking shit. Like, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 10, hitting the top 10 this week in 1977. Smoke from a Distant Fire. The Sanford Townsend Band.
Yep.
One hit wonder.
They were.
Okay, number 9 this week. In my top 10 favorite ELO songs. Telephone Line.
Yes.
Great song.
Yeah. This is an all-time classic. Talk about a great intro. It goes up and then it fades out and then it picks up again. Number 8 this week in 1977, Strawberry Letter 23 by the Brothers Johnson.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding. But the opening it starts with the piano, ding, 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 and then it kind of goes and it fades out. Then all of a sudden, like it's 2 seconds later, it starts up again. Yeah.
They're kind of an obscure duo of sorts, but a lot of people know that song. But
They did Stomp in like 1979, 80. Yep. The Brothers Johnson were around.
He's the bass player on Billie Jean.
Oh, really?
And a lot of Thriller, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he's one of the originators. They said he gives him credit to start one of the first guys to do the slapping technique.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yep. Because that has some serious bass in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Let me see.
Great player.
Yep. Number 7 this week in 1977, Easy by the Commodores. Another one of those songs I don't really get sick of.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But Faith No More did a horrible version of it.
They
why wouldn't after that one song that they did with the fucking fish at the end of the video?
Yeah.
That was it from them. I was like,
was it Epic? Was that their big song?
Yeah, Epic. Yeah. So I liked them for a minute. Then I was like, they're just like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Except this dude was walking around.
The guitar player annoyed me with those red rim glasses.
Yeah, the early 90s trash. Number 6 this week in 1977. I hate this song. Like if I say, "Hey Google, play 70s music," or hey Alexa, play 70s music, because I have both Google and Alexa going in my house because my wife likes all the techie stuff.
Yeah.
So depending on what room I'm in, I have to either say hey Google or hey Alexa. But when this song comes on, I just say next song, Don't Stop. I hate that song.
Yeah, it got over. Yeah,
I hate that song. I just hate that song. Ugh.
I have to play that every once in a while at the spiritual center on Sunday morning.
Don't stop thinking about them.
It's not a fun song to play on the drums.
It's a weird drum thing.
It's weird. It's not fun. It's just not. Yeah.
Number 5 this week in 1977.
Wasn't that the Clinton campaign theme?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 5 this week in 1977.
Don't start Scott.
I was just laying a fact down there.
Yeah, I was a Democrat back then.
Oh.
I was a liberal Democrat back then. I was. Yeah.
You're like Ronald Reagan. He started as I bled for liberal causes.
Yeah. And then I just, I don't know, 8 years ago, I just said, it's changing. This isn't for me. So number 5 this week in 1977.
What? Just keep talking, Scott. I'm listening to you.
He's laughing.
We're getting to know Scott.
The Floaters, Float On.
I got floaters in my
Hi,
Christ.
my name is Daryl, and I like a woman who loves everybody.
That's right.
I don't know that song.
That's obscure.
Take my hand. Come with me, baby, to Love Land. Let me show you how sweet it can be. Making love to me. I want you to float on. And they do the float on.
If you had some chamomile and honey, you could go even higher.
I probably could. I might have some hidden talent coming out at 59.
Got a falsetto there. Are you a castrato?
I can go low too.
Didn't they have the song too where they were giving their zodiac signs? Was that them?
Yeah, that's the same. That's
the same song.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, my name is Daryl. I'm Libra.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm Gemini.
My wife heard that song for the first time recently. I was playing it, and I have this this whole summer soul playlist that I put together. And when he says, "I love a woman who loves everybody," my wife was like, "Oh, a woman who loves everybody." That's not good. She's like,
you catch diseases.
That's exactly, as a nurse, that's what she's thinking. She goes, that's not good. Number 4 this week in 1977, Handyman by James Taylor. Number 3 this week in 1977, I Just Want to Be Your Everything, Andy Gibb. Yep. Number 2 this week in 1977, Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher by Rita Coolidge.
Good song.
Yeah. It had a disco feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Who had the original?
And speaking of a disco feel, number 1 this week in 1977, The Emotions. You got the best of my love. Oh.
See, that to me is like the Margaritaville of R&B. It's just, it was overplayed.
Best of my love?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but for the time, it was good.
Back up. Lou said who originally did the Rita Coolidge song.
Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher.
Who did it first?
Oh, Your Love it was a band. It was a group.
No, it was an individual.
It was an individual. Higher and higher.
Tragic story.
Who was it?
Jackie Wilson.
Jackie Wilson, that's right. Yeah.
Your love
has lifted me higher. Yeah, that's right.
Had a stroke on stage in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Never came out of the coma.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how they say he got it, maybe? He's known for his stage shows. So he used to take these massive amounts of salt pills.
Oof.
On stage. So yeah. So
jeez, that's your sodium level.
Jesus, I know, really.
Jesus. That was like when in the summer, we'd do we'd have preseason high school football camp. They do 2-a-days, and my brother was always like, "You got to drink pickle juice. You got to drink pickle juice because you got to get the salt back. You just sweat everything out." So we'd always have a jar of pickles in my house.
Yeah, pickle juice
drink
is
the
good.
Pickle juice.
Did you stick your fingers in and suck on them?
Wonder what that dude. He was a one-hit wonder on this show.
Yeah, can we keep it that way?
Because we did it on a Thursday. I think that's why.
I don't know why we can't get the fucking. That irritates me. We got no chest. Because Patty Yossi says she loves disco. Yeah, man. I do too. Yeah. Still do.
I'm a closet disco fan.
Me too.
A lot, dude. There's a lot of closet disco fans.
If you like rock, you weren't supposed to like disco.
Yes,
I always was justified when Alice Cooper said when Saturday Night Fever came out. He said, "I'm out there going, disco sucks, yeah." And then he'd go in his room, he'd be listening to it, he'd be like, "Yeah, this is really good." Yeah, because that was a great album. Like, those songs were great. I'm
gonna try something. Hold on.
If I can't have you.
So look at your phone, Mark.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
How does this work?
I'm seeing a lot of laughing emojis coming up.
I said bring them on. It says Mark Smith is watching, right? So I'm checking the live stream on Facebook on my phone. It says Mark Smith is watching, then bring them on video. So it says send request. Your audience is set for friends. So I sent the request. Did you get anything on your phone?
You mean to stream the live stream of the show?
No, like just now it says bring them on. Like you're watching, and in the comment section, of the live stream, it says bring them on video, and then it sends you a request. Did you get anything?
No.
Because it's supposed to bring you on. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no.
No, on YouTube it's not even showing.
What?
Uh-oh.
What it does, it says waiting for milk crates and turntables.
Yeah.
Maybe I put it on the wrong channel again.
That's did why it Terry again?
Didn't get it.
We're in Winthrop.
You know what? It's because you put that wrestling mask on again. God damn it.
Did he?
I got to do this again.
Did I miss the mask?
No, I'm joking.
Probably why my brother wasn't watching. Either way. All right.
Oh, he should be watching because I'm not getting drunker and drunker, and he would appreciate it this time.
Let's see. Let's go to this day in music.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. On this day in 2020, we'll start from the fresh and move backwards. American R&B and soul singer and one-time lead singer for the Temptations, Bruce Williamson Jr., died at the age of 49.
Young.
Wait, he was 2020. So he was like the second or third edition of the Temptations. He appeared on the group's recent albums. Yeah, so I don't count that. On this day in 2016, huh?
The albums they only sold at their concerts.
Yeah, out of the back of a trunk.
Yeah.
On this day in 2016, Barbra Streisand extended her U.S. chart record after she scored her 11th U.S. #1 album with Encore. I'm not going to go into that. 2011, Madonna, a California judge, ruled that Madonna did not hold a trademark over the phrase "Material Girl" for her line of clothing just because she wrote a song by that name in '85. An LA retailer called LA Triumph has been using the name Material Girl Clothing and has registered it as a trademark. On this day in 2010, I love this. My man Morrissey caused controversy after he claimed that the Chinese were a subspecies because of the way they treat animals. In an interview with the UK paper, The Guardian, the former Smiths frontman said, quote, "Did you see the thing on the news about their treatment of animals and animal welfare? Absolutely horrific. You can't help but feel that the Chinese are a subspecies." Because
he is saying that with his English accent too.
He is a true Manchester accent, right? He is a true pro-animal advocate. He's vegan and the whole thing. If you ever get a chance, or if you're ever interested, and you do happen to ticket, whenever he does Meat is Murder, like you can't watch the screen. You can't watch. He always has video in the background, and it's fucking slaughterhouses, and I'm like. It really does like hit you, like you're like, it is kind of fucked up that I killed that fucking steak the other night and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. A little guilt, gives me a little guilt, but it's steak too. Still tastes good. I love Morrissey, but I guess I love a nice ribeye just a little bit more.
What if it's done humanely?
Well, isn't that halal? When I got a turkey last year for Thanksgiving, got a couple, and they were halal turkeys, and they're very respectful to the animal, and they do it everything is, it's almost like kosher.
Yeah, they're not factory farmed, and they're not.
No, they kill them respectfully. The knife is has to be pure. It has to be clean, and everything is done right. Yeah. It's not like it's thrown into a factory, and and then they pray the whole thing. So it was a really good turkey. I got it at Restaurant Depot.
Nice.
Hope they get them again this year. Good deal too. On this day in 2008, U.S. rock band Great White, whose pyrotechnics sparked a fire that killed 100 people.
Oh, that was horrible.
That is a horrifying video.
Oh, yeah.
That is a horrifying video. I watched that. It was so hard to watch. The guy with the camera outside the building. Yeah. Trying to you hear people banging on the walls.
And you see the doorway, people just piled up in the doorway.
Oh, it was horrifying.
They lost their guitar player, I think, too. He died.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. Agreed to pay $1 million to survivors and victims' relatives. Blaze began the Station nightclub in the U.S. state of Rhode Island in 2003 when the band's tour manager shot off pyrotechnics at the start of the concert. More than 200 people were also injured in the blaze. One band member, guitarist Ty Longley, was killed in the fire. Tour manager Daniel Bill pleaded guilty in 2006 to 100 counts of involuntary manslaughter and was given parole March after serving less than half of his 4-year prison sentence. I'm sure the guy didn't mean to do that.
No, I mean,
but you saw that.
What your punishment is that you were the responsible for killing 100 people. That's
I mean, look, you see the pyrotechnics when you see the video. Like, what the hell were they thinking?
That's the point too. Like, I mean, come on.
Nobody did that.
Hey, Scott, do you know a Scott Deathridge?
Yeah.
He says, imagine that, Scott having technical difficulties.
Yeah, Scott Deathridge. Imagine him, asshole, running his mouth. Yeah. No,
I love reading the comments. Can I have that for my job? I mean,
yeah, just comment reader.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll be the news reader.
Yeah.
I'll be like Chuck on Don's show.
Where are you getting the comments, Mark?
Well, we put it. Scott sent
it's on Facebook page. So I just went to my Facebook page on my phone.
And you click on the show, but have your volume down because the volume will
it'll come up.
I did, but I'm not getting the comments on mine though.
Don't do anything; you'll freeze up again. Don't.
We're almost done here. In 2000, on this day in 2006, Victor Willis, who performed as the policeman in The Village People, was given 3 years probation for drug offenses after pleading no contest to the charges dating back to March 2006. Willis co-wrote some of the group's biggest hits, including YMCA and In the Navy, and that guy's still making money off those songs.
Yep.
Let's see.
You can't hide drugs when you got assless chaps on. Oh.
Oh, man.
All chaps are assless.
All right, let's see what this is. Well, he's right.
There's also things asked chaps.
Also on this day in 2006.
Imagine that. We're getting too rough for Scott.
A man named Paul Van Valkenburg from Florida died of lung cancer. An obituary published in a local paper was picked up by Associated Press, which ran a short obituary of the dead man, but giving him the wrong name. The real Paul Vance, who was alive and well and living in Coral Springs, Florida, right next door to me, contacted local media after viewing a report of his death on a local TV. He announced that he was still alive and was able to prove with a stack of royalty checks from the ASCAP from his biggest hit. Yep, ASCAP. For his biggest hit, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. He told a reporter from the New York Times that his relatives and friends, shocked by the AP report, had to call to check on him after the media reports.
That's funny.
On this day in 2005, Sir Bob Geldof was awarded the Freedom. I don't care. On this day in 2004, J.K., Jamiroquai singer J.K., was banned for 6 months and fined 750 pounds after being clocked driving at more than 100 miles per hour. His lawyers had argued at Perth Sheriff Court that he needed his license so he could have respite from his busy professional life. But Sheriff Robert McCready said his conduct was entirely unacceptable. J.K. admitted driving a four-wheel drive vehicle at 105 miles per hour on the A9 and blah, blah. I saw something on this guy. I saw an interview with him. He's a pretty interesting dude, but he loves his cars, man. He had some rare like Lamborghini that he fucking crashed up. Yeah, but he loves his cars. Dude makes a lot of money still. Just makes a lot of money. I think he still performs too.
They were mid-90s.
Jamiroquai?
Yeah. Were they a jam band?
One of the best. Oh, and that's my video of the week. Their video. Remember that one with the turning?
Yeah, it's
I love that video.
Something instant something.
And it's a great song. Yeah.
Yeah. On this day in 2001, American band Earth, Wind & Fire announced that Viagra would sponsor their forthcoming 30th anniversary.
Always up to it.
Because they're all in their 70s now. They need it for those old groupies.
Oh,
so when they have the horns, are they doing this through the whole show? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. On this day in 1997, Elton John recorded a new version of Candle in the Wind after performing it live at Diana, Prince of Wales' funeral. On this day in 1994, Nicky Hopkins, English keyboard player Nicky Hopkins, died at age 50 in Nashville, Tennessee, of complications from intestinal surgery. He was a highly respected,
raging alcoholic, but he did some great stuff with Jerry Garcia Band.
Yeah,
Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
he was a highly respected session musician. Worked with the Rolling Stones, Jeff Beck, the Beatles, the Who, the Kinks, Small Faces, Led Zeppelin, John Lennon, George Harrison, and the Jerry Garcia Band. The Kinks song "Session Man" from Face to Face is dedicated to and features Hopkins. On this day in 1990, Tom Fogerty, rhythm guitarist for CCR, died at age 49 due to complication from AIDS.
I thought it was throat cancer.
Complications from AIDS acquired during a blood transfusion. In 1969, CCR scored a friend. That's how my friend got hepatitis from a blood transfusion.
Wow.
Hep C. Yeah. Scored 3 U.S. top 10s. CCR did 4 top 5 singles. On this day in 1988, 2,000 items of Elton John's personal memorabilia, including his boa feathers, pinball wizard boots, and hundreds of pairs of spectacles, were auctioned at Sotheby's in London. I wonder when you get to the point you're like, I don't need this shit anymore. And then someday you look back, you're like, I wish I kept that shit.
Yeah, I wish I had my Captain Fantastic glasses.
So that was in 88. So probably in like 2008, he might have been like, I fucking wish I had that shit back. You know?
Do you think he sold the duck suit?
It might have been part of the 2,000 items.
Take my glasses, please.
On this day in 1986, my personal favorite all-girl group. You know who it is.
Runaways?
No.
Go-Go's.
No.
Yeah, Go-Go's.
No.
Go-Go's rock.
No. Fucking Bananarama. I have their greatest hits. I love them. I do. I
really like their drummer. Their drummer was great because almost as good as the Go-Go's drummer.
I love Bananarama. Don't. I'll go.
Oh, they were good. They were good. I love Bananarama.
Easy to look at. Their version of Venus is fucking great.
Oh
sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cruel Summer is a great song.
Yep. Cruel Summer.
Sultry.
I love Bananarama. I do. You know what they all have great mouths. They do.
Now, do 3 of their mouths equal 1 Carly Simon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not putting them in Carly Simon territory. Easy now. Easy.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but they have great mouths.
They do. Okay.
I need to go take a shower after this show.
Bananarama.
We're the worst mouth in rock and roll.
It's got to be. I don't know.
I think Scott's going to nominate Patti Smith.
Women.
I don't know. Anyway,
I have to think about that one.
All girl group Bananarama went to #1 in the U.S. singles charts with Venus. Yes. The song had also been a #1 hit for the Dutch group Shocking Blue. And she was a hottie. She was a 70s hottie, 60s, 70s hottie. The girl that sang that.
Okay.
She had this long black hair. She had great, I mean, her voice was fantastic.
Voice. Yeah.
Strong voice. Yeah, check it out. There's a video of them Shocking Blue Venus. Good looking girl, but no Bananarama. Okay, on this day in 1985, Desperately Seeking Susan went on a general release in the UK. The movie featured Madonna and Rosanna Arquette. The filmmakers had initially wanted Diane Keaton and Goldie Hawn to play the roles of Roberta and Susan, but the director decided to cast newcomers Rosanna Arquette and Madonna because, well, Madonna was the hottest ticket in town. On this day in 1980, the Jam were at number 1 on the UK singles chart with Start, the group's second UK number 1. Yep, taken from the band's 5th album, Sound Effects.
Total ripoff of Taxman.
On this day in 1978, record producer Tom Wilson died. He worked with various U.S. acts, including Bob Dylan, The Times They Are Changing, Another Side of Bob Dylan, and Bringing It All Back Home, Frank Zappa, Freak Out, Simon and Garfunkel, Wednesday Morning, 3 a.m., and The Velvet Underground, White Light, White Heat.
That's an eclectic group of...
That's definitely all over the place.
Yeah.
You have one of the early African-American rock producers, too. I think.
All right. On this day in 1975, Glenn Campbell started a 2-week run at number 1 in the U.S. singles charts with Rhinestone Cowboy.
Like a rhyme.
His first number 1 after 13 top 40 hits. Record gained 3 Grammy nominations and was the Country Music Association's Song of the Year for 76. And he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He definitely should be.
He should be.
But they put Dolly Parton in there. See, I wonder why.
There's not a Glenn Campbell song I don't like. Even his worst songs are still good.
Southern Nights is a great song. Do you remember Johnny Carson coming out on the Tonight Show on a horse with a suit of lights?
Yes.
In Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yes. I do remember that. Yes.
I love that show too.
On this day in 1975, Rod Stewart was at number 1 in the UK single chart with his version of Sutherland Brothers' Sailing. The song had been featured on the BBC TV series about HMS Ark Royal. On this day in 1974, the 101 All-Stars, featuring the one, the only, the late, the great, the iconic Joe Strummer, made their debut at the Telegraph in Brixton Hill, London. On this day in 1970, Jimi Hendrix made his final live appearance when he appeared at the... So Jimi Hendrix and Elvis both had their final live appearances in 77.
No, Jimi Hendrix died in 70.
70, I mean. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was stuck in 77. And I just said in 1970. Okay, good. I was going to say.
Hey, you're committing rock. Oh,
my God.
I know. It's, you probably believe the Queen movie when
I won't watch it. I won't watch any of that garbage.
Don't watch it because their last concert ever was at Live Aid.
Jimi Hendrix made his final live appearance when he appeared at the Isle of Fehmarn in Germany.
Isle of Wight.
Isle of Fehmarn in Germany.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Final live appearance. The guitarist died 12 days later on 18 September 1970 after choking on his own vomit. On this day in 1968, working at Abbey Road Studio. Gee, I wonder what this one is about. In London. George Harrison sang While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Eric Clapton added the guitar solo. Really weird relationship with those two, isn't it? The wife thing and the whole...
I think that's
true friendship. I mean,
I think they wanted a threesome. They wanted a threesome. They just could never do it.
I don't know. That's just true friendship. Nothing's going to get in the way of that. You know, that's like, Soul Brothers.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton added the guitar solo and became the first famous outside musician to play on a Beatles recording.
Yep.
And George recorded his lead vocal. On this day in 1967, Engelbert Humperdinck was at number 1 in the UK charts with The Last Waltz, singer's second UK number 1. On this day in 1963, Celia Black signed a management contract with Beatles manager Brian Epstein. Celia changed her name to Black. It was White after a misprint in the music paper Mercy Beat. On this day in 1953, Guy Mitchell was at number 1 in the UK single charts with Look at That Girl. And that's that for this day. Born on this day in 1974, Nina Persson, singer with Swedish rock band and very, very cute girl, the Cardigans.
Yeah.
Who had Love Fool. Love me. Say that you love me.
They were supposed to be the next ABBA. Remember that? Everyone's like, they're going to be the next ABBA. No, they weren't.
So I cried and I cried and I cried.
Yeah, and I cried and I cried and I cried. Yeah, cute.
All right, listen. Perry just texted me. Are you on Milk Crates? Because I don't see it. So my reply to him was, Scott fucked up. It's on my Facebook page. He didn't put it on YouTube.
I fucking looked right at it too.
Your loyal listeners just
know.
Want you.
Every once in a while this happens. I should have double checked it, but
when the invite was weird, I said something's up tonight.
Yeah.
Oh well.
On this day born on this day in 1971, the late, great, and again adorable and talented and amazing voice, Dolores O'Riordan, singer-songwriter with the Cranberries, who had the 1994 hit single "Linger," "Dreams," and "Zombie." In the 1993, their big album, "Everybody Else Is Doing It, So Why Can't We?" She died unexpectedly on January 15th, 2018, while she was in London for a recording session. That one still, I always say this, that one still bothers me. Like, there's no reason for her to die.
What was the cause?
I never heard. They never really said.
Because everyone loves to put forth an opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, she overdosed. No, it doesn't have to be that. It could be a health problem. It could be anything. We're all fragile. You know?
Yeah. But that one still, I mean, I loved her. She was just like such a, her and Bjork, like these little pixies that are just like,
and they stay
big
fresh.
Voices.
And they stay fresh.
Yeah.
And she should be alive because she would still be putting out.
They'd still be putting out music. Yeah. Born on this day in 1969, the one-hit wonder Macy Gray with "I Tried" from 1999. She had that voice, that scratchy voice.
You know, she opened for the Page Plant tour that they did, that big arena tour. She was the opening act.
Really?
And I heard she got a great reception too.
Oh, it's great voice, very talented. Just never really hit it again.
Born
on this day in 1969, one of the big contributors to the big Latin movement in the mid to late 90s, Ricky Martin and what's his name, Iglesias. I actually liked him. Mark Anthony.
Oh, I love Mark Anthony.
Yeah, Mark Anthony.
He's great. He's great.
Or he was known as Mr. Jennifer
before
Lopez.
Bennifer.
Yeah,
before Bennifer.
Really?
Yeah.
But he has a voice. I always liken his voice to Freddie Mercury. They had that same quality, which is a very powerful voice.
I liked Enrique Iglesias. Bolemo, let the rhythm take you over.
Oh yeah. Oh, my wife's got every CD he's ever made.
Yeah.
She will continue to buy.
I liked him.
My wife also has most of the Julio Iglesias. He's got like 200 freaking albums out, and she's got most of them.
You know who Enrique Iglesias is married to, right?
No.
Anna Kournikova.
Really?
The tennis player, yeah.
Wow.
Now, does she love him or the pimple on his face?
I don't know.
Because who talks to her at night? The pimple or who?
I think he got rid of that. I think he got rid of that. I think so. Yeah, that's just cancerous. That's like you got to get rid of that. Drew Brees, like the quarterback, the former quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, he had one on his face. He had to have that removed. It's like after a while, it's like that's not good.
No.
As you get older, it's not good.
Yeah.
But Enrique Iglesias, good looking dude too. That's a good looking dude right there.
And he was in one.
He's Julio Iglesias' son. What do you expect, right?
He was in Once Upon a Time in Mexico with Antonio Banderas, and he did a great job as one of the hitmen.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to see that. I think I saw that along when it first came out.
That was the final one, the final movie. And
what was the first one? He was the guitar guy, right? Yeah.
So the final one, I think it was the third one, or it could be second, but that's like, that was like the big budget one. They gave Robert Rodriguez all the money.
Yeah.
And that one's just good because Johnny Depp's in that too. And that's the one where he eats some kind of pork thing in the restaurant, Johnny Depp, and he goes, "This was so fucking good. I have to kill the chef." And he stands up, he walks in the kitchen, and he shoots the chef in the head. See that movie.
Born on this day in 1969, CeCe Peniston, one-hit wonder in 1992 with "Finally It's Happened to Me right in front of my face and I just can't hide it." Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yeah. Finally.
No, didn't she? And then she had a verse, "Suddenly."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Born on this day.
Yeah, you go.
Born on this day in 1967, American musician William Duvall, best known for being the current co-vocalist and rhythm guitarist for the grunge band Alice in Chains. Born on this day in 1961, Pal Wakatar, guitarist for Aha. Take On Me fame. Born and stay in 1958. I love this name. English singer Buster Bloodvessel. I read this just because of the name.
Is
just
that Jackie
because
Wilson's
of the fucking
nickname?
name. I have no idea. These I kind of go through and I kind of weed out the. And I saw this. I was like, English singer Buster Bloodvessel.
Jesus.
Doug Trendle, who with Bad Manners had the 1981 UK number 3 single Can Can. He took his stage name from the bus conductor played by Ivory Cutler in the Beatles' 1967 film Magical Mystery Tour. Look at that.
What a connection.
Look at that. Wow. That might be one of the better birthdays that I've read in a long time. Buster Bloodvessel.
That movie spawned 2 names, Death Cab for Cutie.
Good one, Lou.
Yeah.
He waits to the end of the show to pull that one out, but he never fails.
Just waiting.
Yeah. Picks his moment. Born in this day in 1948, Clydes Smith. Cladus Smith. You know who Cladus Smith is?
Mm-mm.
Co-founder and lead guitarist for Kool and the Gang.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He died in 2006 at the age of 57.
Young.
Yeah. Born in this day in 1947, I was a fan. When it wasn't like he was kind of weird. But born in this day in 1957, one of the greatest disco singers ever, Sylvester James. Sylvester, you make me feel mighty real.
Yeah.
You makes me feel mighty real. Makes me feel mighty real. Yeah, he was a cross-dresser.
Mm-hmm.
He always had the makeup on, dressed in the long silver robes.
Really?
Yeah, I had his album. I liked him. I said, this guy's. He had a good producer. I don't know who it was, but all his songs were produced really well because disco had to be produced like perfectly for it to be a hit. That could not have been easy music to produce.
No. There was a lot more in disco than people realized.
Yeah.
People that hated disco did not appreciate what went into it.
What went into it?
Did you know on You Should Be Dancing? That's Steve Stills playing percussion.
Steven Stills?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That percussion break, he's one. Yeah.
Yeah, he died December 16th, 1988 from AIDS.
I got a Sylvester story.
Hey.
Lou, when I worked at CPI in Hillsdale, we used to get, remember I told you Sylvia and Joe Robinson would come in with their Sugar Hill recordings. They were restarting it, and they would give it to me, and I would just make it sound modern. So I just had highs. Yeah. I remember some guy came in once with a bunch of big 1/4-inch reels, the biggest reels. He had gold teeth. And he walks in my studio with Shelby, the manager of the place. And he's like, Mark, I got, I think his name was Ralph or something. He's got some masters. Do you ever hear of a guy named Sylvester? I go, yeah. It's like, yeah, we're going to do the cassettes. And then he turns to the guy and he goes, you do have the rights to this, right? And the guy just smiles with his gold teeth like Jaws. He goes, oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, he didn't have the rights to it. But,
was it Sylvester?
No,
it was some other guy. Yeah,
he
got the whole hold of the music.
We probably did bootlegs, but you know what? It could have been legitimate. Like it wasn't totally owned. Like people could get hold of masters, and there was a period of time I think in the early '90s when Queen did not have any rights to their music in the U.S. You could have put out a cassette or an LP of the best of Queen and made 100% royalties. There was like a 2-year window.
Wow.
So people used to come into us and say, we're going to do a best of Queen. And we'd be like, we can't do it. And then we found out, they can do it, you know, until whoever got the CD rights and Hollywood Records. But yeah, music is a funny thing.
It's like George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Anybody can play it anytime, anywhere.
It's all over
play
YouTube.
It on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because at the end, they forgot to put that one little thing, that one little copyright.
Copyright C with a circle around it.
They didn't put it there. And so it became anybody can play it anywhere for free.
Shouldn't have been getting stoned while you were doing the final credits.
He made up for it though with all those other zombie movies. That's for sure. On this day in 1943, Roger Waters.
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah. Born on this day in 1942, Dave Bajerdon.
I know that name.
Bargerdon. Bargerdon. From jazz rock American music group Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, yeah.
very underrated as far as music goes. If you hear their greatest hits, it's like, oh, they were actually pretty fucking good.
They were,
yeah. Nowadays,
they don't have longevity though. They didn't like the
nowadays.
music.
A lot of people say they sounded like Chicago. They did not. They had a horn section. It doesn't mean they sounded like Chicago.
Right.
It was that era of the horn bands though.
Yeah.
Even late 60s, like the Grassroots, and they all had horn players. Jim Fielder, the bass player from Blood, Sweat and Tears, lives in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
I've jammed with him a few times.
There you go. A little brush with fame.
Yeah, definitely.
That lead singer, what's his name?
David Clayton Thomas.
What a great voice he had.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I heard what's the song? When I Die?
And when I die, and when I'm gone.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually, I heard the other day. That's got a great arrangement. It stops. There's these silences.
Yeah, listen to their greatest hits. There's like 6 good songs that you get out of that. It's like,
did they
and they're
do
all
that
good.
Song, You Make Me
so very happy.
Spinning.
I'm so glad you came into my life. That's a good song right there.
Oh, it is. It's a great arrangement. I think Buddy Rich, because he didn't like rock and roll. They were rock band. He praised that drummer, Bobby Colomby, because he was a pretty jazzy. Well, they're a pretty jazzy band, actually.
Yeah, well, that's what they call them, a jazz rock band. Yeah.
But they didn't write those songs. Actually, one of my favorite female songwriters, Laura Nero, wrote "When I Die" and "When I Die." But yeah, they had some great material.
Born on this day in 1940, Jackie Trent, singer, 1965 UK #1 single, "Where Are You Now, My Love," with her husband, Tony Hatch. Speaking of female writers, she wrote songs for Frank Sinatra, Petula Clark, Des O'Connor, Val Dushan, Shirley Bassey, Vicky Carr, and Dean Martin. Trent died in hospital in March 21st, 2015 at age 74 after a long illness. And finally, born on this day in 1925, Jimmy Reed, blues singer, guitarist, with the 1964 UK #45 single, Shame, Shame, Shame.
One of the most unique blues players.
Yeah, wrote Big Boss Man, Bright Lights, Big City. It was a major influence on the Rolling Stones, Elvis Presley. Covered Baby What You Want Me to Do, What You Want Me to Do. Yeah. Reed died in August 1976.
Our friend Perry is a big Jimmy Reed fan.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, gentlemen. Technical difficulties and all.
I hope somebody sees the show.
But it is all about the podcast, really.
Yeah.
So this is just a means to an end. Unfortunately, this week we couldn't see any. There was a lot of comments too. A lot of comments. My friend from over there in England watching. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You're international.
Yeah, well, I got another friend in Australia that pops in every once in a while. Okay. Andy Murrah. Yeah, he pops in every once in a while. So
those floating emojis, we're getting like 1 million of the laughing emojis floating. That's cool.
Because we're funny. We're funny like that. We're fucking funny, ha ha. Yeah.
Funny like we amuse you.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what this show is about. Fucking funny. So you laugh. You laugh. I'll carve a smile in your face.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. What'd you say, Spider?
That's what I'm saying, right? Oh, I'm not fucking funny to you? All right. All right.
I always feel like Spider. I'm always thinking,
Everybody loves a clown. How come I don't?
Yeah. Oh, well, as my father always says, laugh and the world laughs with you, cry and you cry alone. Although he didn't say that, but he says it to me like he made it up.
He had you thinking he made it up. I did that with my son.
Yeah, he's throwing it at me like he made it up. I'm like, Dad, I'm fucking 59. You don't think I know these things by now? Well, gentlemen, once again, as I always say, thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you very, very much for your knowledge. And thank you very, very much for your friendship. I appreciate every second we do this show. It's always fun. It gets better every week.
We're honored. Even though we're getting to know you more and more every week, we're still honored. Still honored to be on the show.
There's a lot to this. A lot of layers here. A lot of layers.
You can still put them in the penalty box.
Bye.
I was good tonight.
Do it, Luke. Give me the thumb, Luke. Give it to me. Yeah. Gone in the penalty box. He made it right at the very end of the show. He almost went boxless.
Luke
screwed you, buddy.
That's to me, I think.
Lou got you, buddy.
It's got to have
Lou makes the call. Lou makes the call. Yeah.
What's this, Lou? It's 4 of these.
Those are pickle juice fingers.
Yeah. But again, gentlemen, thank you as always. And to you people listening, and you people watching, if you liked it, share it. If you don't, thanks for watching for the last 2 hours and 24 minutes.
And if you have friends that couldn't find it, well, we know whose fault.
Yeah, now I got to go upload this to YouTube tomorrow just to keep it consistent. I said to my wife before I came in here, I was like, yeah, getting ready for my 2.5 hour marathon. And I was looking at the clock. I'm like, oh shit, we might be done by 2 hours. No.
Your wife is cool. Say hi to her from us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And as I always say, to you people listening, you people watching, you are the engine that runs this machine. Without you, it would be me talking to these two guys, and that's always fun. Although we never really talk, we text. It's never really a phone unless something's up. Like if the phone rings, it's like, uh-oh. Why is Lou calling me? Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Lou's in jail. Mark's in jail.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Lou's in Lodi.
And as I always say, doing this show for you guys, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And we will be back next Wednesday. Technical difficulty free. I'm a positive thinker at the end of the show.
It will be.
I mean, we lost Lou at the beginning. Yeah. We had a little trouble getting on. We can't, I have the wrong YouTube channel again and no comments. Just fucking like what? But we battled through it and we still put out a 2.5 hour show.
Yeah, we
did.
Live. Exactly live. So
we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna be back for the second set, where we're gonna do drums and space and some toasty biscuits. You know?
Should we take should we start at like the 1 hour mark? Just take like a 5-minute break and play some campy music.
We should do that.
You get like coming attractions. I could put a coming attractions rail up there.
Why not?
Like an old grindhouse, like intermission. In between
Let's go to the lobby. And
yes, I can do that. It was just like everybody takes a bathroom break, goes refills, whatever we got to do.
Because I'm pissing into my kidneys right now.
All right, everybody, we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.